This episode brought to you by Moyen Sinks. Smash your head on this and guaranteed you'll have an amazing idea that changes the world. Moyen Sinks.
Hey everybody, we're watching Back to the Future and you're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Ooh yeah.
You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Findlay and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Findlay.
I'm Todd Tebow Murray.
All of that's true. All three things are totally true. We are here today. We are watching one of the greats of the 80s.
Yes.
One of the greats ever. It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, amazing.
Michael J. Fox. Christopher Lloyd.
A dog.
Robert Zemeckis. A dog that may or may not have been abused or anything, but
we
not
don't
as
know.
abused as like other movies.
It's the 80s. Just slightly.
Yeah, like in Mr. Nanny where they just threw that dog in the water. That one. But there's a scene
about
and
it.
it's a background thing. It's just like they're going by and you just see some guy like huck his dog into the water like off the pier.
Getting his dog some screen time.
So this one just does some light time
My dog
travel.
died in the back of the nanny.
Yeah.
Look.
But it kind of reminds me of The Fly where they put that the baboon in the like
The old
transporter
micron
thing, and then
wave.
it ends up like inside out.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
he's flipped up.
so the same thing could have happened to this dog, and he didn't even give a shit. He's like, "I love you so much, boy. Travel," and like it could have been sitting there with an eyeball boiling out of its
Yep.
head. But
That's how I like my dogs.
yeah, man's best friend indeed.
Yeah.
All right. So the only way to find out if that actually happens or not in this movie is to press play.
Pressing play now. I like the box where Michael J. Fox is clearly amazed with his new watch.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
look at him.
It's a
Oh, he's
Seiko.
gone. Like, he's like, whoa, he had to take his cool shade. He had to take his Bret Hart official Hart Foundation glasses off to marvel at his watch.
And then in part 2, he's going, "Doc, seriously, come here and look at my thing.
Look at this.
And then in part 3, Mary Steenburgen, get your ass over here. Wow.
I find her very attractive.
I do too, actually, still. In
Yeah.
Last Man on Earth,
Yes.
she's still hot.
She's hot. Ted Danson's got a piece of that.
Man. And he's still hot.
Action.
He's all
I'd bang
gray
him
and shit.
too.
Totally.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
clocks.
Oh, I know.
I haven't seen this movie in a while. This is good.
It has,
I like
it has
this.
been a good one.
Yeah, Michael J. If he didn't have the Parkinson's man, he would still be in everything. He's amazing. Everybody loves him, and everybody has that right.
Yeah, absolutely. If you actually scroll through all the clocks, there's a photo you can see somewhere, and I may have already missed it.
Ray Thompson's hot in this movie too.
Oh yeah, this is the hottest she's ever. There it is,
No
right
wonder
there.
Michael J. wants
So,
to bang her.
You can see the guy hanging from the clock.
Yeah, there he is, Crispin Glover.
Yeah.
Woo!
That's actually from Harold Lloyd's movie Safety Last. It's an old silent film, and that may or may not come into play later on. I don't know.
Is that, what do you call it? Foreshadowing, or is that like a
It could
little
be.
teaser?
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't a big.
We got to remember that later.
Yeah,
Brown Mansion destroyed.
exactly. It's kind of funny. I really.
Is that a Whopper?
I wouldn't
Is that
mind.
an old Whopper? Oh yeah, he's got Burger King. There's Prodigal. Yeah, this is a Steven Spielberg movie, all right. There's the Burger King.
It looks like it says Chopper.
Yeah.
But the
Chopper.
he probably should.
Oh
put his
my
pot of
God, that's
coffee
probably
there.
not safe at all.
Everything's falling apart.
Yeah, that is not safe.
But I wouldn't mind a little bit of backstory on what happened with obviously he came from wealth and stuff like that. I'd like to see a
Who?
story where Doc.
Oh yeah, they
Because,
should have done that, man.
I
Maybe there's a
wouldn't
prequel
mind.
or
I
something.
wouldn't mind a prequel to this, to be perfectly honest.
Plutonium theft.
Where he's like an eccentric, like young, but he has to look.
It'd kind of be like Sheldon. That Sheldon
Yeah.
show, only
Yeah.
with Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, except Christopher Lloyd needs to play the 20-year-old version of Emmett Brown.
Yes,
Still,
absolutely.
And he's
They
just
have
like, oh.
the makeup they have nowadays. Look at that. Oh my God, music by Alan Silvestri.
Yeah, no, but I'm totally
My
not
favorite.
interested. I know. I'm totally not interested though in any makeup. I want him to look precisely
He's
the way he
old,
does
and he's
now with
supposed
the
to be
giant
20.
hair.
I like that.
Like I think it would be.
This
hilarious.
is very reminiscent of like the gadgets from Buddy in Gremlins or something, eh?
well that,
These
but
wonky gadgets.
it's no, but to me,
Cal
it's,
can.
if the guy from Gremlins saw the beginning of Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Right, yes,
and then tried to recreate it.
Oh
This
my
is what
God.
you're getting.
Einstein hasn't eaten it in months.
Einstein-
Like, why are you doing this?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Einstein's
Einstein
dead.
he could very well be dead.
Maybe
from
he's
one
a
of those
ghost.
experiences.
Maybe that's what nobody ever caught here.
Ugh.
Not only are they doing this time travel, but they're oh my God, right under the old, look at that old mat.
Yeah, I'm so
That wicker?
Yeah, or something, or rattan maybe. But
Rug talk.
yeah,
We pick out rugs from famous movies and talk about them, maybe where they came from, or
you know,
that
stuff.
sounds good.
We
That
may
sounds like a niche show that will, you know.
we may really be screwing
Aladdin's going to be our exclusive episode,
Yeah, we have so
We'll
much
be-
to say.
oh my God.
It's alive. Big Lebowski would be our pilot
Yep,
episode.
yep, the Big Lebowski.
My favorite thing about this, okay, so you've got the weird relationship between young man and old scientist, but also he's like, why don't you come over and play with my speaker? Hoo-ah. Like, what?
Yeah,
Why are you going
yeah.
hoo-ah? That's not you.
Is he at Doc's house right now?
Yeah, he went to Doc's house.
Holy fuck, look at this.
Do not turn
remember
that up
the
to
scene.
11. Oh, this is the
Oh
great.
fuck. Listen to that that feedback.
My favorite thing too. Oh my God, it looks like a
Oh,
ukulele.
shit.
It's so small.
I like that.
Like it's so
There's
teeny
one thing
tiny.
he knows. It's holy fuck.
Well, and also given how big Michael J. Fox actually is.
Oh yeah, that's
that
a
probably
tiny speaker.
That is a ukulele.
Yeah, that's a
And
desktop.
that's a normal size speaker.
That's a desktop speaker there.
That's amazing. That reminds. I'm sure it was specifically
That
like,
shot
meant to remind
from
you
the
about
tape
something.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
You know where the guy's sitting there and
Yeah,
the
the
TV's
Max
blowing
L.
him back. Yeah, Max L.
Yeah. So anybody who doesn't
Got to
know
put
that,
your
that's an old
shades on in
brand
case you
of
got some
cassette.
shrapnel in the eye. Hey, he's got a I have my They Live button on today, everybody.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking ginchy.
I'm posting that. I'm gonna post that before the They Live episode comes out.
Sweet.
But you gotta have it right.
We do them live.
Yeah.
Don't lie to them.
Yeah.
We're
Robert
just fucking with
Zemeckis.
you.
In Robert Zemeckis' office or whatever, he's got the letters from every single studio
Look at that phone.
rejecting this movie.
Yeah.
All of them saying that this movie was not racy enough because like this is the time of like Fast Times at Ridgemont High and stuff.
They
like
wanted
that.
some tits.
So they wanted like.
Oh, now they've gone the exact opposite now. See, what a wonderful time.
They wanted the kids to get high.
Yeah,
and
and
do all that
drunk and get
stuff.
stupid and have all the
And-
young high school girls take their shirts off.
And then Disney rejected it because it was too racy because mommy was trying to sex him.
Oh my God, like slightly. She's got a crush on him.
She wanted to fuck him.
Oh my God, because of one scene.
She would have been throat.
Who's this? Who came out with this
There's
thing?
also an attempted rape scene.
Oh my
it's
God.
Universal.
Attempted rape. There's attempted rapes all over their little animated movies. They're like the dirtiest things you've ever seen, and they're worried about Back to the Future being too racy.
That was Warner Brothers and Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe. Ooh, yeah, he was definitely a rapist. Yeah,
That
that's
was
for sure.
all he did.
Yeah, that is. There's no getting around that one, Pepe.
I ruined Carrie's life when I told her one of her favorite Christmas songs, "Baby It's Cold Outside," was essentially a rape.
It
Like,
is.
Baby, it's cold outside, and she's like, "What's in this drink? Baby, it's cold outside."
Is that an R. Kelly song?
No, it's
No,
not.
I'm gonna pee on you. You're 13.
That Brett's gonna be there. So he just let.
Oh, he's way too cool.
That's
He's back to Burger
right.
King.
It's funny too.
Toys R Us.
Well, no, because people
Look at this guy.
People actually thought that Burger King was part of the product placement, and they're like, it's not. Literally, we just shot at this place, and then when we got there was a Burger King there, and he's like, and they were really nice to us. They let us park our cars there and stuff. Like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's Budweiser van.
Yeah. That's
This town looks just like Godrich. You ever go to Godrich? They have a tower, a clock tower in the middle, and the whole thing is around.
I love
This
these
is a set.
Yeah, it's the backlot.
Hey, did you see that 1985? There's a black guy running for mayor.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
movie's friggin'
there
awesome.
were black mayors back then. Mary and Barry. Oh, I don't think that was in the 80s. That was in the 90s.
Just their name.
Yeah.
They weren't mayors.
Yeah. That's all right. Look at
You don't want 4 tardies in a row. Oh, yeah, here's the original.
Yeah, the original.
They changed her to Elizabeth Shue?
Yeah, Elizabeth Shue.
Oh, this guy was a master of the universe. This guy. Who's this guy?
Well, first off, we'll talk about Claudia Wells. She was recast in the second one. Didn't want to.
She's
return
beautiful.
for it.
Look at her.
She really is. And
That's the kind of chicks Michael J gets, bro.
I wish that she could have kept her, and she wasn't the first choice either. She was replaced. We'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, we got James Tolkan here. He was in, obviously, Masters of the Universe, like you said. He played Numbers in Dick Tracy.
Yep.
He was in Serpico, Amityville Horror. He was in Top Gun.
This guy's in everything.
He was in Remington Steele as like a recurring role. Like
He's always like the army colonel or like the...
He's got to be the serious dude.
Yeah, like the of authority.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh, buddy. Listen to that, eh? That's the kind of encounters I had with the principal.
Look at the leather
Kiss him.
neck. Oh, that would have been the
Kiss
best.
him.
Just tongue. And here we go. Huey Lewis.
Oh, that's actually Huey Lewis.
Yeah. And the best.
Look at these fucking dudes.
Yeah, there's.
Did he write this song for this movie?
Yeah, Power
The
of Love.
Cure. Look at the hair on these guys. There's friggin' might as well go for a soda there on the friggin' left.
I like that he never interacts with these three guys again. They must be friends. They're in the same band.
Yeah. No. They're like, I'll just show up. I'm so good. I'll just show up and you tell me the song and I'll play it. There's heart in the background.
Did you notice the lineup of bands? There are people with their drum kits already set up off stage. Like,
Yeah.
do they then carry the whole thing up?
He's killing it too. Listen to him.
So they're playing The Power of Love right now, which then is considered too loud. It's too heavy a song.
Yeah.
You're just too darn loud. Yeah. And then you see like the people and they're all like, they all look like hair rockers.
Yeah, they look
behind
like
them.
metal bands. Like speed metal bands. What Huey Lewis was trying to say is stop playing that pussy ass shit and get crazy with it.
I'm thinking he's trying to make his own music sound edgy.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to
That's
be there
exactly
to tell
what
them
it
that.
sounds
He's
like.
He's like, this stuff, the kids aren't ready for this.
It's way
yet.
too crazy.
You'll incite riots.
Yeah,
with
it's not like
the song.
Metallica's not out there
Yeah.
right now ripping shit to
It's
hell.
like if you went and told them it was too hip to be that they're too hip to be square.
Look at that store needs some serious new awnings. Oh, it's closed, out of business.
Yeah.
I wonder if these stores are there or this is the thing, you know? This is a set.
This is
This is Disneyland.
This is the Universal backlot.
Adult books, films, and magazines.
See, I kind of like it now. I've never actually looked back there, but it's nice to see because you see the idyllic version in the 50s,
Right.
And then you see the way out, blown out like RoboCop's Detroit version of the of 2015.
And part two, right?
Yeah, in part 2.
Oh, is
So-
that Beefs? Bannon?
Biff?
Biff.
Wow. Beef. Hey, I know everything about this movie. Remember Beef Bannon? That guy.
Beef Bannon was badass.
Beef Bannon, badass Beef Bannon.
Beef Bannon.
Oh my
You won't
God.
vote for mayor, you vote for Beef Bannon. I know what's right for white America. I mean America. That's right.
Yeah, beef.
That's gonna be a character now of mine. Beef Bannon.
And then he comes in, and then he becomes a stage performer, and he like just keeps making like walk-on appearances.
Yeah.
Did anybody say where's the beef?
That's not even like
And
his
it's like-
catchphrase.
Everybody's like, no,
Yeah,
boo.
Oh, buddy, you just wasted it. Who is this lady? I think she's in something. Oh, they got the acrobatic fitness going on over
She's
there.
an angry old lady. Bob Gale, who co-wrote the movie, said apparently Johnny Depp
Was going to play that lady?
No, he auditioned to play Marty, but he had no memory of him auditioning until he just one day he stumbled across a bunch of old notes and tapes and
Right.
stuff, and then he's like, "Oh, Johnny Depp." He's like,
No,
that's
shit.
crazy.
Johnny Depp wouldn't have been right for this role.
No.
Oh, Marty.
Obviously, people know the story pretty well. Eric Stoltz was originally cast to be Marty.
Oh, that's right.
And this was like Michael J. Fox was always the first choice, but he couldn't get out of shooting Family Ties.
Right.
And so then Eric Stoltz got hired, and they basically said he sucked. Like, not that he was bad, but like he just wasn't right, you know?
Right.
And they actually had cast a completely different girl as the girlfriend and all that.
It's a triple X movie theater in the background, too. This whole
Sweet.
thing is just porn.
It's called Orgy
American
American
style. And it's only $5 to get in.
Sweet. I got $5. Let's go.
$5 to blow your load all over
Let's
a
go.
seat.
I'm going to blow my load all over the front seat from the back. Don't do that on a cop car.
He
asshole.
is Trouble, this Marty
He
McFly.
really is. Like,
Huh.
they went out of their way to make him naughty.
Oh,
But-
they always show this, too, eh? The Lion Estates.
Yeah.
Like, the whole street is cut off from this thing. Like, those aren't there.
Well,
Come on.
it's a planned development.
Planned
But,
Parenthood.
but yeah, it's also Planned Parenthood. He's probably impregnated Jennifer a bunch of times.
Exactly.
But I have to go for another abortion, Marty. You really need to start wearing condoms.
Back
They
to the
just don't-
future.
They just don't feel right. I don't think my sperm can handle that kind of rejection. But the
He's Jewish?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
His sperm is Jewish.
He has this whiny voice part when he does that line. But yeah, so anyways, like Eric Stoltz was doing the role. They had a taller girlfriend. So when they finally went back to him, he had to get permission from Family Ties, who said, fine, you can go do this, but you have to shoot both. So he would literally shoot this at night and shoot Family Ties during the day.
Holy God.
And then, and he wasn't allowed to miss any episodes for any reason. Like, that was like, had to be really strict to make this work for him. So he was mega exhausted at the time. But then they had to fire the girl because she was too tall for him. So then they hired Claudia
Anybody's
Wells.
too tall for friggin' Marty McFly.
Look,
he's... Did they have Tums back then? I think they had Alka-Seltzer that you dropped into a glass and it bubbled because he's going to need it right here, old Crispin Glover.
Oh, my
He looks
God.
like he's having heartburn or something.
I like that they were loyal to the characters in a way that it's the same actors through every time period. Future, past, it doesn't matter.
I like that. I love when they put the makeup on them here and like they're old and...
Yeah, and actually, I think that
or younger.
Crispin Glover, I believe, is the youngest person out of in the cast, and he's playing Michael J. Fox's dad.
He is. He's younger than Michael J.
I think that was the case. Somebody it's the ages are all
right. It's all wonked out. Well, it's a movie.
No
it's
doubt.
the fucking 80s. I'll believe anything.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
Eric Stoltz, while on this, he was really method, and he only responded to Marty.
Really?
And then so when Christopher Lloyd was told that he was fired, he's like, yeah, we had to fire Eric. And he's like, who's Eric? and he's like Marty. And he's like, oh, I thought his name was Marty. He just kept telling me to call him Marty. So
That's it. But also just to let people know that Christopher Lloyd thought everyone's name on the set was Marty. Marty! He still says to this day.
Yeah. The girl who played the girlfriend originally before Claudia Wells was Melora Hardin, who actually played Jan in...
The Brady Bunch?
No. In The Office. She was Steve Carell's first girlfriend.
Which
who was
one's...
like...
oh my God, Jan!
the
Crazy Jan with their song.
Yeah.
I fucking love The Office.
Yeah, so...
The American one. The British one's too British for me.
It's too... Yeah,
it's too awkward,
They
man.
say like
God.
in it and stuff
it's
like
so awkward. What the hell is it? Look, he's eating. It's like peanut brittle.
Yes,
look at that. It's like peanut brittle cereal. Fucking A, I could go. Look at that Diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
1 calorie.
Old cans freak
Who the
me
fuck is that guy?
out. That guy.
Is that his friend?
No, it's his brother.
That looks like Judd. What's his name from Fast Times? There's your Fast Times right there. He looks just like him. He works at the same fucking restaurant, I think.
That's actually Mark McClure. You might know him. He played Jimmy Olsen in the Superman movies.
Woke. Oh, that's right. That's where I know him from.
There you go. He was also in Apollo 13, Frost Nixon. He was in Justice League recently.
Okay. He played Aquaman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Had big beard.
Who's that girl?
That's Wendy Jo Sperber. She's
Sperber.
I didn't name her. But she was in a bunch of Zemeckis products. She was actually considered like a good luck charm for Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale. She was in I Want to Hold Your Hand. That was like the first one they got her in. She actually has an uncredited role as a dancer in Grease. She starred in Bosom Buddies.
Oh my God.
And there was...
She did?
Yeah. And
who is she? Is this his sister?
Yeah.
Man, it's like I've never seen this movie before.
She died in 2005 of breast cancer. So...
Is this where he finds a little alien? Is this Mac and Me?
This is Mac and Me.
Yes. Oh, thank God.
This is Leah Thompson at her sexiest here.
I forgot she's all old here. I forgot that he goes back to the past in this one.
Oh my fucking God.
Hey, there's a Bud Light. Look at that fucker.
Poor
the little girl's drinking a Bud Light. They're pretty progressive parents, eh?
Yeah. She looks like what's-her-face from Scooby-Doo.
She does look like Daphne. Yeah.
You make me want to die, man. Jinkies.
Drink there, baby. Want to see me comb my hair really fast?
I loved that show, man. Johnny Bravo. There was that rumor for the longest time that The Rock was going to play Johnny Bravo, and I was really down with that, and then they never did it.
Johnny Bravo is white.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Okay, I would never do this before, okay? For anyone.
Yeah.
But I'm cool with that. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
of course, The Rock. Who else is going to do it?
Come
on.
That would have just been like his. It would
you
have
think
starred.
The Rock can handle that?
It would have starred. It would have starred Dwayne Johnson's eyebrow.
Would people have a problem if he white faced?
Yeah,
The Rock.
Of course they would.
What's the problem?
Well, first off,
who gives a shit?
First off, people would complain because he's not the right color. So you already.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I did it. You know they'd freak. They always do.
Yeah, remember when they're like, all stormtroopers are white?
I started a thing to make Black Panther white. I wrote a lot of letters.
White Panther.
Yeah. No, you can still call him Black Panther, but just have a white guy.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh my God. See, he loved it. It's the 50s. He loved it. I'm very excited to see the Black Panther, actually, and it's about goddamn time we had a black fucking kicking ass movie.
I didn't see the way you put that out. It just sounded like it's about time we had a black kicking ass. It's always a white kicking ass.
It is.
This time it's going to be a black.
Fucking right on. We got, what's it called? It's good. What's the name? Luke Cage. That's a good one, man. You seen that?
Great. I love Luke Cage.
It was awesome. How
like,
can that bullet shoot through him, though? I was like, what's with this? Oh, it was made of like, it was vibranium or something. That's why.
And it did stuff. It was,
well, no, it drilled in. It wasn't even the fact that it's because it's alien metal, they said.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
There's the
here we go.
Mall. I did actually have the name for that.
Dr. E. Brown Enterprises.
Nice. I wonder what he did like on the regular.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Like, did he invent things for people?
He's clearly got a meth lab coming out of his car here.
That would be amazing.
There's the dog we were talking about earlier.
Marty, are you ready to break bad with me, Marty?
Totally, eh? Oh my God, and I wore a Rick and Morty shirt.
Oh, shit.
Totally forgetting that we were,
Awesome. And I gave Todd, last time we did a shoot, I gave him a Rick and Morty statue.
I demand prizes.
I always, yeah.
Okay, he must deliver.
We theoretically give away prizes.
To me.
So, yes.
So I do this.
Yeah, it's the only way I can get it through the door. What is your tribute to me this time?
Exactly. Toy bribes.
Nice.
Out of time. Did you think that, like, he clearly, like, sent in for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
The license plate, right?
Yeah, it
like,
probably like getting your license plate and all that and your sticker and stuff like that's so expensive as it is. I don't know why you'd go for the other thing.
The novelty license plate.
Today, I literally watched Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, the episode with Patton Oswalt, where he
shows up in a DeLorean. What do they do after it breaks down?
Yeah, the DeLorean literally breaks down as they're driving down the street, and they call an Uber.
Oh, they call an Uber, so they do the rest of the episode inside the Uber?
They travel in an Uber, and then another DeLorean is delivered to them from the coffee place. And then they drive home with that.
Of course, Jerry Seinfeld can get the only DeLoreans around.
Did you know who the main two investors were for the DeLorean? Think of
Tesla?
Nikola Tesla.
It
was a while
Tesla ago. And... Okay, I'm going to say, like, Lamborghini?
No.
Ford?
No. Johnny Carson and Sammy Davis Jr.
They put the money up to have DeLoreans.
They were the ones who put the most money up outside of actually, like, DeLorean himself. Like,
no way.
Yeah.
So they have major financial stake in the DeLorean.
Yeah.
And I just learned something. Look at this. This is animal abuse for real. You can't be sending a dog into the goddamn future past without even testing.
Go pause this movie right now and this show. Go watch the scene from The Fly and then come back to this awaiting what's about to happen. Nothing bad does happen.
Sure it does. He turns into meatballs, the poor guy.
I'll give, because you know how we always kind of shit on notes and everybody always shits on like studio notes for movies.
What do you mean?
Well,
like shit on notes?
Well, you know how they're always like, oh, do they all have to be talking about this? Can't they be talking about this? Like that kind
right.
And everybody's like, Jesus, like we're the creative guys. Well, Sid Sheinberg, who was the head of Universal, he actually suggested a lot of changes, and all of them were good changes, and they made all of them in the movie. Professor Doc Brown was originally Professor Brown. That's not a huge change, but Doc just sounds better.
Yeah. So this guy, who was he?
Sid Sheinberg. He was the head of Universal.
So this guy knew what he was talking about. Okay.
Yeah. The dog Einstein was originally a chimp.
Right.
And then
that's a little too wacky. That was, you know what I mean?
I get. Well, it's because they test on.
He's so wacky. He's got a chimp.
Well, it's because he wants to test on a primate or whatever.
Right.
I think was the idea. And then this one is really small, but it was his idea. Leah Thompson's character, it was going to be something else, and they changed it to Lorraine. Just like, it sounds better.
Also, one more note: tell Christopher Lloyd to put his shirt on
constantly. Please.
Yes, just like please. If the dog's gonna die, we're gonna die, Marty.
If you look at Doc at any point, you'll see he's always in this weird crunched up posture. So you could, like, his shoulders are up a little. He's a little, see, his shoulders are a little folded up, and he's a little leaning forward. It's because he's 6'1", and Michael J. Fox is 5'4", and they weren't, again, because they replaced Eric Stoltz, who they were closer in height. Like, they was like, I think Eric Stoltz is like 5'10", so they were close in height. Now they're nowhere near each other.
Right.
So he had to kind of hunch over, so they were always kind of, so the shots would work, essentially.
That's what they got to do for Tom Cruise all the time.
Yeah.
In life.
Something that was really interesting, you literally just in the last couple of moments heard the beginning of Alan Silvestri's music. The first 18 minutes of the movie has none of Alan Silvestri's music in it. It's only when the DeLorean got revealed is when you
That's
heard
when the
first
music starts kicking. Alan Silvestri's my favorite, man. I didn't know he did this one.
He's so good.
He did Predator.
He did.
We've done a lot of Alan Silvestri movies.
We have done a lot. We just did Who Framed Roger Rabbit not too long ago.
Predator we've done.
Yeah, we've done Predator. We'll do more.
The
We'll
fucking
probably do
mall.
the rest of this
That's the
trilogy.
place, baby, to do burnouts, time travel, shotgun some fucking beers.
Parallel parking if you got time.
Learn to parallel park.
Right?
You know, what the hell?
No doubt. I love
Is
the
it a jacket he's wearing, or is that like a... I always thought it was like a lab coat or something. Oh, it's like a... Holy shit, look out.
It's a full body suit. Like, it's...
Fucking A.
So he has arrived. It is 1:21 a.m.
1:21 a.m.
The actual scene, they say they sent him a minute into the future. The scene takes about a minute 21 from when the car disappears to when it reappears.
Okay.
And it takes 1.21 gigawatts.
1.21 gigawatts. Huh.
So all that shit's on purpose. This thing really...
totally coincidental.
This thing really takes on some battle damage.
Yes, it does.
This would tell me don't ever get in this car and travel in time, because what if you travel in the past and then it breaks down on you?
The dog should have been changed. He should have been like half human, half dog. What's up, yo? What's up? What's up, Doc? You know,
it should have been Flava Flav.
Yeah,
but not the
a bunny played a dog man played by Flava Flav with the makeup of Tank Girl.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much a weird kangaroo thing, supposed to be a dog. He's got the clock. See, he'll have a new digital Flav.
This movie.
Look at him. Yeah, I'd fucking take off too, you poor beast.
This movie, I feel, of all the movies that do time travel, I feel like this one was the most comprehensive without being overly
like what the fuck? Yeah.
Like, you know, they explain the timelines thing instead of the, if I go here and do this, that's going to make everything
right.
It's
October 26th, pretty close to my birthday.
There you go, right? Todd's birthday, October 15th.
That's actually my ex's birthday. Ladies. You hear that, Grafrau?
Yeah.
Single man now,
Christina,
baby. Woo!
Get on that dick.
Yeah, get on it.
I do.
Because nobody else wants to.
Sorry.
Oh, my God. I've been on Plenty of Fish now. Holy Lord.
Oh, really?
Jesus Christ. I remember when I was in the States and I was down in Piney Point, which is like Washington, D.C., and I went on Plenty of Fish there.
Oh, yeah.
Every single one was a 400-pound woman with like 5 kids, no teeth in her mouth, and every headline was exactly the same. Are you man enough? Like every single one of them was a variation of that very line. So it's like, are you man enough to raise my 5 children and also lift up this body and slam it on you?
And separate these folds.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, well, are you a lady? Like what? And all of them were like, you're not man enough for this. You know what I mean? I was like, holy fuck.
That's when you just go, all right, fine. Guess not.
You know, oh my God, look at his chin.
Yeah, it was
What is happening there?
He's got the same thing as James Tolkien's leather.
Yeah, like what is going on with this movie? Maybe time travel.
Yeah.
Maybe studying time travel because he was a teacher.
Maybe the lack of time travel.
Maybe
we
look at his neck. Look like he's got like is that something or is that just his neck?
No, I think it's just.
What in God's name?
I think it's just the way the lighting's hitting the bottom of his neck. And
it looks like he's got testicles on his chin.
No doubt.
Like in that feature film starring Hugh Jackman.
So yeah, Robert Zemeckis obviously directed this one.
Robert Zemeckis is beautiful
and co-wrote it. Obviously,
did he do Gremlins? No, it's Joe Dante.
Yeah, it was Joe Dante. But he did do Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
right?
Which we've done. So I mean, we've talked about him in length in the movies he's done and all that. He's got a movie coming up called The Women of Marwen. It stars Leslie Mann, Steve Carell, Gwendolyn Christie from Game of Thrones, and Star Wars.
What is
She's
it?
Captain Phasma. It's called The Women of Marwen. I don't know much about it.
The fuck is that?
I don't know. And then
Captain Phasma's hot.
Yeah. and then he's on the USC School of Cinema's board of counselors.
Do you think it's because she's in a position of power?
Yeah.
Phasma?
Yeah. Well, she's not in a position. In Game of Thrones, she is not, and she's dirty, and I still want her.
Game of Thrones is filthy.
It's so good. But she doesn't have any, like, cousins to
I'm not getting into it. That's the problem, right? She doesn't have enough family members to bang.
That's the problem. That's all.
How's the dragon incest going?
Hasn't come up yet, but I think something really big on the dragon.
Oh, man. Yeah, where did he get this plutonium?
He's
got the Ronco gloves on and a thing
I love
on,
when
so
we do
he's
a movie,
safe now.
I know. I love when we do a movie that you haven't seen in a really long time, because literally they're about to explain every question that you always have. Like, where did this come from? And then it's like, wait 8 seconds and you're about to get there.
It's a setup for our audience.
The director of photography for this, also connected to a lot of our movies, Dean Cundy. He was a cinematographer for Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Roadhouse, Big Trouble in Little China, and Halloween.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
That guy's the man. What did he do?
Well, he was a director of photography.
That guy's fucking awesome.
Right?
That guy's got a resume. That's a fucking resume right there, let me tell you.
Yeah. And then a little bit on Michael J. Fox, just while we're here. So he was born in Edmonton.
I think this is the makeup on him to try and make him look older because they all have makeup on.
It could be a little bit of that.
He looks like he's a crinkly, like, rapper.
It could well be a little bit of that too, right? So yeah, Michael J. Fox, he actually I made a joke about the middle of Christopher Lloyd's middle initial and stuff like that, but Michael J. Fox's middle initial isn't A. Or isn't J? It's actually A. But he didn't want to have like Michael A. Fox be in like the Teen Beat magazines and stuff like that. So
that's a little too on the nose.
So he skipped that, and then he wasn't allowed to just be Michael Fox or Mike Fox because those were already names in the register for SAG, and you can't have the exact same name twice in the register. So he had to put in a middle initial.
That's kind of neat.
So then he decided to make one up after he didn't like the one that he had. As Todd,
oh my God.
Todd mentioned last week that he got Parkinson's while filming Doc Hollywood.
Yeah, Doc Hollywood gave him Parkinson's.
And he didn't go public with it until 7 years later while he was working on...
Just Shoot Me.
Not Just Shoot Me.
I just said Just Shoot Me, so that's when it happened.
Okay. I was going to say...
Call Michael J. Fox and ask him then.
Well,
I did. That's how I found that information out.
He wasn't in Just Shoot Me, but other than that...
He hang around the set.
Yeah. He was just there.
What am I thinking?
David Spade, Spin City?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the same fucking thing.
Great times.
Yo, these are Libyans. Is that racist?
Yeah,
to just suggest that Libyans can sell you plutonium in the middle of buttfuck America here?
See, and that was the thing, and that was probably
they don't even know how to work machine guns.
At the time, it was probably to them the
Look at this guy.
The most vague thing they could have
That's
done.
what I was thinking, right?
Nobody's going to be thinking of Libya and all that. It's a shame that we've killed off. I like that they're driving the VW.
Yeah.
That was another episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee I watched today was with Jim Gaffigan where he drove the VW bus. So this is all tied out nicely.
Shit. It's weird how that happens then.
I know, all over the place.
It's all connected, bro.
It's all
We're not even,
we're all one.
Yeah,
shit,
exactly.
right?
That's why girls should call me.
Because
I'm already you.
He's already inside you.
I already touched your vagina when you touched it.
He is your vagina.
I could be.
So
they call me Pussy Man for nothing.
That's
Do they call me that?
I call you
that
all the time.
Because I cry a lot.
Yeah.
I cry in the bathroom like a man.
He always jumps into his water, and when he jumps into the water, he plugs his nose, and I'm like, hey, pussy man, don't plug your nose.
That always pissed me off, with people,
Yeah.
I just get water in my ears, man.
Yeah.
There's a big ad for JCPenney. Was that just happened to be in front of the JCPenney the whole time? At least you get this little... Listen to the whimsical music, and then he dies horribly.
I love that theme.
Look at this.
See, it's one of those super memorable themes. It's like the Superman theme and stuff like that. Like, it's...
Alan Silvestri did it, right? He's got the Back to the Future theme.
He's got the Back to the Future.
Fuck you, John Williams.
This is his big one. Like, John Williams has 12 of those movies. Oh, my God,
I know.
Like that,
yeah, he's got Superman. He's got Star Wars.
Jaws. Like all the good Harry Potter.
Oh my God, he does Harry Potter?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
John Williams oh my God. You just hit that guy. That's what they look like in the 50s. You're a murderer, Marty.
Exactly. Yeah, because everything was in black and white and TV, so you never knew what they looked like.
Exactly.
Specifically, the reason they chose the DeLorean was because it looked the most like a spaceship, so they could sell.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
So they needed something that would look so futuristic and out there.
What is this thing?
Yeah. It's something where you couldn't just go, oh, it's a car I've never seen before, you know?
It's the family from the village. They have no idea.
Yeah.
One of those monsters could be in that thing.
They never traveled in time. He just drove past them all.
Exactly.
Into a cornfield.
Old Yiddish town or Yiddish Amish.
Yeah. When I see those
Oh my
kids-
God, it looks just like him.
Yeah, it's got the gull-wing doors too. I love it. And I like, because even the letters on the front, the DMC letters, look kind of like they might be an alien language.
Yeah.
See, this is telling
Here's
me...
the Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Is that the Dos Equos guy?
Dos Equis.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Spaniard. Didn't
Just,
say it exactly how they would in Spanish Town.
You couldn't have said it further away.
Further away.
Yeah. You
I'll
could
come right up into your ear, bro, and say Dos Equos.
I know you will. And
Dos
then-
Equio. What'd you
and
say?
that's
Hey,
what-
yo, yo, yo.
Dos Equis.
Dos Equimoyo.
Okay.
Just-
You
Oh my God.
You know that Deus Ex Machina?
Yeah, that's him. That's the guy.
Oh, nice. Everybody
Get
gets
him,
shot.
Paul.
This was back in the time when you'd shoot white people for being on your land
You
too.
mutated son of a bitch.
Okay, you can
You're
never
reading
be
your
too
kids'
careful.
comics, bro.
See, this is why people freaked out so much over what's it called?
It's clearly
The
a
Exorcist
car,
and stuff
people.
like that. Oh, one of the pines went
Oh,
down.
fuck, Mr. Peabody. Oh, there goes the old mailbox.
That was specifically because Mr. Peabody was the time traveling character.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
We're Mr. Peabody. Yeah.
Quiet you.
You think that's why they did that?
No, it's specifically.
Probably
I
is.
looked it up. It's
Yeah.
specifically why they did that.
Yeah, sure you did.
Yeah.
You just say some shit, and then everybody's supposed to think that's the truth.
Well,
He sits there all day. He doesn't even go to work.
somebody has to. Yeah.
He gets fucking loaded. He smokes some pipe.
Yeah. I put
Nobody
what
even knows what's in
literally
it. It's like, what is in there?
Almost always
Paint?
bleach.
Like, yeah, like what the fuck?
Constantly be.
Smells like an old paper mill.
Yeah. The beginning of Lion Estates.
See, they just moved the rocks somewhere.
I didn't know
This
that
is a trick.
I didn't know that before you built a like a planned
You
community
put
that you put the gate up
exactly
to it first.
right. It's probably styrofoam.
See, it's not even like it should have just been this. Like just that sign would have been.
No. They need something to concrete the idea. That's what they used to do back then, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
They say put up the posts. That's what what they would say.
Yeah.
They say the posts are up. We're established.
If they ever remade this movie, they need to make it with like it should be
fuck.
directed by
He's sweating.
by Jordan Peele. And it should be a black kid. It should be a young black guy
awesome. They should
doing
do
it.
that.
That would be amazing. Well, no, it will never happen. I'll tell you why.
Oh, God,
Robert
here we go.
Zemeckis and Bob Gale, they own the rights.
Or in the KKK.
No, they actually Universal doesn't own this movie. Zemeckis and Gale do.
Oh.
And they said as long as they live, no human being is remaking or rebooting this movie.
Good.
They're like that will be up to their.
I heard that the video game was supposed to be like a sequel of sorts.
Yeah.
Where it actually is them doing the voices and stuff.
Yes. That already was made. I think it was like a Telltale.
Yeah, the game is out or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was them doing the
I
voices.
should play it.
They actually, there was a Kimmel not too long ago, it was a couple of years maybe, where they come out and they play. Marty and
Like
Doc.
on, I think I remember seeing that. Oh, Miller High Life. Miller's still going.
See, this is how you know that our generation is so important, because everybody is always trying to appease us, like friggin' Jimmy Fallon having all the cast of Saved by the Bell on.
Right.
And it's always,
We are the money now.
Yeah.
We're where the money's coming from because we grew up with this shit and now we have money to pay for it.
yeah. The
Nice car.
this little confusion scene, this is almost stolen directly from the Twilight Zone. Where is the thing I can find?
Oh, look at the service back then.
Yeah, no doubt.
You could go home to your wife and be proud.
Yeah.
I'm a window washer at Bobby's Autos.
Pretty much. And everybody's service with a smile. See?
Look at this.
See, look at all those people who are forced to
I go
smile.
get a milkshake, man. Oh, and a burger.
There you go.
Look at that kid.
Moon
There's
shoes.
the future right there.
Right, yep. Excuse me, but yeah, this is actually so the Twilight Zone that they stole this from. This is the same backlot that they used for that Twilight Zone. So it was like
It is.
So if you watch the two things where they're walking around, I mean, obviously,
Well,
the
Robert
set
Zemeckis is
decoration
into that
different.
kind of thing. He's the Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
So like he loves this whole old. They like doing homages and things to little
Yeah.
winks and nods to their past.
Yeah, you mentioned Tales from
things.
the, you mentioned Tales from the Crypt too, and Bob Gale directed a bunch of Tales from the Crypt episodes. He also directed a bunch of episodes of the animated Back to the Future.
No shit.
Series.
Look at this. Look at the background. Not a porn store in sight.
No. MAGA.
See, this is when they cared.
Yeah.
Guys wore suits regardless. That guy's homeless. Look at how good he looks.
That one guy was wearing it looked like a funeral director's suit from part 3 in the West.
I like the girl. Look at the girl in the background there. Oh my God.
The newspaper is the only proof. And now if you go an additional 15 years into the future and then traveled back, the existence of a newspaper, period, would be how you knew you were in the past.
Right.
You didn't even have to look at the date. You're like, what's this?
True. It's a
Print.
paper, right.
It's not being beamed directly into my skull.
Yeah.
I love this. I love the look of this diner. And they utilize this diner because they use this diner in the second one, too.
Yep.
When, Elijah
Well,
Wood
that's like the
steps
whole
there.
scene they do
Right.
again, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
that movie, and growing up, I didn't like that movie very much.
I loved part 2.
See, and I remembered you saying that, and I was like, I don't get it. And then I watched it again, and then I realized how good it was.
It's
and
awesome.
The crossover at the end where he also goes to the past
Yeah.
and is like overlapping. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
brilliant.
It was a wicked
filmmaking.
movie. I love the second one.
Oh, it's so good. But at the time, I
Dark,
just
too. It's
was
like the Empire.
not.
It's like the Empire Strikes Back of the Back to the Future. They need to come out with a Back to the Future universe.
Yes,
Like
expanded
DC
universe.
or the Dark. What's the one with the mummy? The Dark Universe.
the Universal...
Universal Universe?
Monster Universe or something like that.
Universal Monster Universe. That does not roll off the tongue.
Yeah, it doesn't. We'll figure something out.
Probably just Monster
I
Universe.
like that the first movie that they put into that universe blew it already.
Bombed it.
Is the Mummy.
What were they
like,
thinking? Why are they going to make like Tom Cruise is cool, but why make it a creepy movie?
Well,
Why would you make this weird action like adventure with Tom Cruise with superpowers running around,
it's silly. I don't
shooting
know.
bugs out of his mouth like fucking Buddy? I'm a boss. I need glass.
So here's young Crispin Glover finally.
Oh,
we can see without all
there's
his
Biff.
stuff on. He was in one of his early roles was in Friday the 13th, the final chapter. He was also in Wild at Heart, The Doors, Charlie's Angels, Willard, Beowulf, Alice in Wonderland.
Willard.
You mentioned earlier Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah.
And he was in most recently American Gods, the Neil Gaiman.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
How is that? Any good? You watch that? Or
I
what?
saw little bits of it. It's good.
I didn't see it.
I don't have time for new TV, man. It's just
Only old ones. You only have time to watch old movies and talk shit over them.
But you know what it is? Well,
Hey, look
behind-
who's in the background.
Yeah, so we got Billy Zane. This
He
was
looks pretty good as a greaser too back then, eh?
Billy Zane's the friggin'
He's
man.
gorgeous.
He's so yeah.
That's why he was in Titanic. Come on.
That mostly why. But
Somebody had to carry that film.
you're damn right. But this was actually his first movie. But some of his other early stuff, he was in Critters,
Amazing.
Dead Calm with Sam Neill
Yeah.
and Nicole Kidman.
One of her early
He
movies.
was in Twin Peaks, Tombstone. One we're doing definitely soon is Tales from the Crypt, Demon Night. Titanic.
We haven't
Zoolander.
watched that movie?
No, not
That
yet.
movie fucking is awesome.
We've mentioned probably every third episode that we're going to do that
Probably.
movie soon.
God, yeah, we like that movie a lot.
Well, because William Sadler's in another movie, and then so there's always somebody from that movie.
Don't you think he would be freaked out later on in life when he gave birth to this kid? Well,
Yeah.
well, he didn't give birth, but whatever.
People-
Maybe he did. It's the future. I don't
No,
know how it works.
People make a lot of mention to that too.
Like, what
because
the
they're
hell?
Also, they're like, there's like, we should you look exactly like this
That
guy.
guy I met in a diner, and he
he
saved put me together with my wife, and I went to school with him.
He changed our lives.
Yeah,
like, his
and
face
now
is
you're
ingrained in
exactly
whatever.
him.
He's like, you caused us to get divorced because it's so weird. We couldn't.
My
deal
wife
with
fucked you. Oh my god.
it. He tried so hard.
Dun, 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 dun. That's what I put on when I'm banging. Family. I'm
this-
going back to the future.
This guy, he's acting so much like he's on stage compared to
Oh,
everybody else.
yeah.
You watch here. I'm gonna be mayor one day.
Yeah.
Goldie Wilson. He is one of those guys who will talk about this movie forever to this
Oh,
day.
God.
Well, there's a great documentary on Netflix called Back in Time.
Right.
Or it might not be on Netflix, but I've seen it.
Whatever, yeah.
And so
It's out there.
There are things that I've seen that aren't on Netflix, is what I'm saying. But yeah, and he talks about it, and he goes to all the things still, and I'm like, he's one of those guys. He's who I would be, in that I would be, even if I was only I was able to do one thing that was really cool in my life, I'd be proud of it. I wouldn't go, oh, screw that, that's in the past.
Right.
Like,
Look at this creeper.
Like Biff.
Ooh, look at him. Is that his mom?
Yeah.
Is that Leah Thompson in her old Sears bra?
Look at those.
Right in front of the fucking window, too. What a little tramp.
I can only get hard if your panties go
She
above your belly button.
wants... I like when the hair goes above the belly button. That's what gets me hard.
Ugh.
It's like granny panties in hair.
Are you
Oh my God.
Are you man enough to tackle this bush?
Exactly. You're not man enough to bushwhack this pussy.
Oh my God.
Ain't nothing wrong with being a big lady or having no teeth or 5 kids, but you know, ain't nothing wrong.
If I hit a kid with the car and caught another one peeping at my daughter, I would.
What the fuck's going on here?
I'd leave this guy like you'll keep for a minute. I
Yeah.
would proceed to beat the shit out of. And again, this is like we're not going to call an ambulance or anything. Just get him up into our daughter's bed and put him in the back.
Here it is. This is the scene.
Oh, it's so good. This is where it all starts.
This is where it all started for me, bro.
I'm telling you right now.
Woo!
She looked at his dick.
Absolutely.
She's definitely.
Well, he's
seen.
probably naked under there. He's for some reason been freshly washed.
Yeah.
Feels weirdly sexually sasatisfied.
And she only used rainwater. She stuck a cloth out in the rain and just like slowly wiped his balls.
That's what you do for guests. You clean your genitals when they're passed out.
The guest towels are for rainwater on balls.
Look at that.
He wants to.
Holy moly.
She is a gorgeous.
So if he banged her, and then he goes to the is he his own father?
No, because
oh my God, Terminator style.
Because this was 30 years in the past. He's not 30 years old.
He will be once he bangs her.
A long time, Pat. Oh my God. No, that would be somebody else. That would be a different.
Right.
That would be great though if they would have worked something like that. Not specifically that, but something
exactly
like that.
Yeah. No wonder Disney didn't want this fucking thing.
There you go. See
the fuck. That's all that they cut all that shit out after Disney wouldn't take it.
You've tied a really weird line of logic around this. So one of my favorite time travel things ever, like time travel logic, actually comes out of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
Where they're like, later on, remind me to go back into the past and hide the keys. And then he just reaches back and gets the keys.
The keys are there suddenly.
So he's like, so he just means, that means we've got to go and do that later. Like, that's all that means, right?
They drop a cage on his head.
Yeah. And it's so, and again, it like perfectly fits in with the, whoop, that's me.
Do you think Michael J. Fox has a big dick?
I think it is
proportionate to his body.
I think it's proportionate to his body, but I think his nice trim figure makes it look a lot bigger than it would be. Like, look at it. It's
there
like
you go. No,
purpley.
No. Oh yeah,
it's actually not bad.
Yeah,
I feel like he's a guy who's like all balls.
All balls.
He's like an all balls guy, and his like dick just rests
like
on top of
the
it.
Fuck down there, either way, like toilet splashers.
Yeah,
like
but
when
the
he's
good
taking
news
a
is,
shit.
It never like kind of like shrivels up on you if it gets cold because it's always jiggling.
It's always jangling. It's always keeping it warm.
It's always got the shakes,
the
like
jangle
the rest of
dangle.
Yeah. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Is that the scientific
that is
name?
absolutely hey, there's the Wonder Years.
Yeah, and I've got
you were talking about Winnie.
Yeah,
before.
Yeah. It's Jason Hervey. He was also in the original Tim Burton short of Frankenweenie.
Frankenwiener.
So like the original one though, not the one that was like the feature film. He was also in Meatballs 2, Police Academy 2, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Back to School, and Monster Squad.
Oh, Monster Squad was amazing.
Love Monster Squad.
Fucking A.
Yeah. Stop fiddling.
Yes, Mom.
That was every day
God,
getting called down.
Pretty
to
much. Still.
This guy looks like the cartoon, like he looks like the cartoon character in all the Warner Brothers one. He was based on an actual like here? 1920s movie star or whatever. He was
hey,
like, hey, how you doing? Like,
what? Is that Munchie?
Yeah.
Yo, the lady is in. Is she the mom from Gremlin? Or look at the mom again. Come on, Mom. Don't show Davy Crockett here. Come on, Mom. There.
Yeah.
She's a mother in something else.
Yeah.
Something fucked up. Is she the mom in Gremlins?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
I can really picture her putting a gremlin into a microwave. Stop staring at his dick, Mom, and show me Mom.
Mom.
Your mom.
Yeah. I want to talk about Grandma right now.
Yeah, Grandma. Fuck.
I don't want to talk about your son's dick or your tits on her face.
Jesus. I like her haircut, though.
Yeah, it's nice.
It looks like he's straight out of the Great Depression. There.
You look so
she
familiar.
Looks exactly.
This is really going back.
I know, like. What, do you got her name there?
No, I don't have her name.
The one thing everybody wants to know, you don't even have it.
Everybody.
Every single person's talking about what is she in, and now
I'll tell you,
drop the ball here.
I'll make up with it with an interesting fact. The original, the original script, Marty and Doc, to make the money for funding the time travel project, they were selling bootleg movies.
Oh.
And then they were like, maybe, and then Universal asked them kindly to not endorse movie piracy.
You're trying to fund your movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That is totally the mother from Gremlins.
I'm on board. I think
it is.
I think you're right, but I don't know. We'll look it up after.
That's Roberts. Well, Robert Zemeckis no, Steven Spielberg had something to do with
Steven Spielberg. Yeah. We'll look it up at it later. And
he called up Zemeckis. He's like, oh my God. She just honked him.
Nice.
There's your Me Too movement. Look at these awful women of the 50s.
Oh, in the 50s, yeah.
It is terrible, eh?
I feel like it's funny. It's kind of like the preacher's daughter thing. Like everybody's expected to be so prim and proper, but really, I want like 6 dicks in me at all times.
You too?
All times.
Oh yeah.
And she just
Dick Bonanza.
She smoked only the finest reefers with the jazz musicians. I slurred through that entire thing. I don't drink.
You're fucking loaded.
Oh my God.
You are fucking loaded.
Are both sides of my face moving right now? Because I do not feel like it.
Yep.
Woo.
You're speaking.
We did it. Oh, see,
this is Docker's.
This is Doc's house.
Nice house, man. What did he do?
That's what
did he
I'm saying.
invent something? Like, what's his backstory
I
here?
feel like he comes from money. If I were to put it, I would say his father was a high-end inventor, and he was always trying to live up to him. See, that would be the story.
What did his father invent? Something we know. Something from the 50s. Oil.
Water. Just like...
Both.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God! Look at Einstein. He's still alive, eh?
Yeah. That was actually I remember.
Hey, wait a second.
What?
Is that like Einstein the first?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, wow, the dog is hella old.
See, and I was going to say, this is further proof that he just does not give a shit about these dogs. Doesn't change their names, and he's probably gone through dozens of them. He's like, I'm going to test this on you, Einstein. And then his head explodes.
Well, maybe one of his inventions was to keep Einstein alive for a longer period of time.
Ooh.
That is Einstein.
That would actually have been a really
And he has invented amazing things, but he feels like it's not good enough. It's never good enough. Even a time machine is not good enough for his father.
He's lost his family fortune because all of his stuff they are too out of the realm of nature.
Yeah.
There was actually a sketch on Saturday Night Live this past weekend. Sam Rockwell episode. The very last sketch was he plays a scientist who just put a dog on a head, or like a dog's head on a human body, and everybody's like, what is this?
This is a dog stuck through like a body.
No, it's just literally, you just see the dog's head, and then you see 2 hands reaching up and like solving Rubik's Cubes and stuff like that. And then finally he just spits out the line. He's like, that's my childhood dog's head on my brother's head body, on my dead brother's body. And he just like spits it out. It's like there's almost no payoff in the entire sketch except for the fact that he's like, except for that line, essentially. Right. It's one of those ones where somebody wrote it and they're like, there's no way this is making it to air, and then they said that one line and they're like, well, we can stick it in the end, I guess.
Right at the end, the filler.
Yeah. They swore a lot on that episode. What? Actually. Well, because Donald Trump called a bunch of countries shitholes.
Yeah.
But all of the censors of the networks and stuff are saying, oh, you can only say s-hole. And then so he's like, yeah, so NBC asked us to say s-hole, not shithole. Whoops. And
really?
Then he went, and then
because they can allow even like when you watch Archer, there's 2 shits an episode.
In the States, you are allowed to say. So I don't know if it's the network television and specialty television might have slightly different rules, but they did say shit twice in that episode.
Yep.
So
that's it.
But I know like
they're
Chris
throwing
Gethard
it in
show,
the man. Whoever was on the button must have been freaking NBC.
Yeah.
What the fuck, you bastards?
Because I know Chris Gethard show and Conan have the same rule of 2 shits.
Right.
But
you can only give 2 shits. Yeah, that is it.
And me, I don't give 2 shits.
That's 2.
Right? Yeah, we're already canceled.
If I don't give 2 shits, I can still say shits one more time. Even though I said the number 2, which makes you think I said it twice.
We say a lot of things. But we're
I said a lot of things, baby. Say you love me, Todd.
But we're trying to figure out Doc Brown's backstory of wealth. But Christopher Lloyd actually has a lot of backstory and wealth himself. His grandfather was one of the founding members of the Texaco Oil Company.
No.
So he's got money.
He's crazy as shit.
Or somewhere along the line, people didn't like hand it down, which is actually really possible.
Electric Crackling. That sounds like a band name.
That I'm surprised it isn't.
Yeah.
It's funny how many bands you actually find out have names that are just ripped off from like little moments in pop culture. Like Fall Out Boy is a great example of that.
Right.
You know, where it's just like there's this little example of something that sounded just funny and right in a piece of pop culture that
like when they just
them.
mix words together.
Yeah. I like it.
Like Celebrity Crayon Frame.
Damn.
What do you think?
It sounds very Arcade Fire. Like it's one of those bands that has 12 people.
Bin Tank?
He's literally just looking at things in the room. I love lamp. I love lamp.
Couch Key Furnace.
I don't have a furnace in here.
Couch Key Furnace. Yeah.
It's cold.
Tabernacle.
Tabernacle.
That's swearing in French for all you.
I like that they worked out how to hook up a video recorder to like a camera to it.
Oh yes, it's got the ports. They thought, hey, maybe some guy will travel from the future back here. Yeah. He might need to plug into these.
I invented a TV with HDMI, Marty.
Yeah, like what the phrase got TiVo on there. Oh yeah, you just recently banged his head, right?
It's funny. This set actually looks a lot like I've never really considered it before, but it's laid out a lot like the barn thing in Back to the Future 3 where they hide the car.
Right, it probably is.
Yeah. So
I think they kind of used like, all the well, it's like the same movie, like again though, right? But like because time repeats itself.
Yeah. Well,
everything goes around and around.
Well, this is the thing with movies, and I think it's something that I think got lost on Star Wars fans is that movies like this have beats. They're like a poem, and there's stanzas in the poem.
Yeah.
It's like things have to match and things have to rhyme so it creates like a psychological connection.
Why Star Wars fans? What's your problem with Star Wars fans?
Because the second they see something that looks like it's similar, they have names with vowels in them.
So do these guys.
Oh my god.
I definitely petitioned The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I don't even remember why. I was just being a bitch.
Yeah.
Just being a motherfucker.
'Cause fuck it, that's why.
Yeah, that's right.
They used
You did read my letters.
Yeah, they used both not enough and too many people of color.
Yeah, exactly. I can never be satisfied.
Yeah.
Satisfy me.
Just give me a tugger while I watch
I demand you satisfy me, even though it is literally impossible.
Yeah. Carrie Fisher is both too dead and not dead enough for me.
She was good in the last one.
She was really good.
They were all good. I like the gruff Luke.
I don't know why. I thought you were going to say the Gruffalo for some reason, which is like it's a book. And I just was like, what the hell?
It's the biography of Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
It's a character that he takes on within himself called the Gruffalo.
Yeah, well, that's going to be like in his old age.
Yeah.
He's going to become very like Gran Torino all the time.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be very get off my lawn.
I wish. That was just a reason for Clint Eastwood to be racist.
Yeah, no doubt. Mexicans, get off my lawn. That's everything led up to him speaking to an empty chair to make fun of Obama.
Yep.
But
David Letterman actually had Obama there, not just a chair.
Nice.
He prepared himself. He didn't just like, hey, chair.
I haven't seen any of the new Netflix.
I won't watch it. I was never a Letterman fan. I don't really give a shit.
I always liked Letterman. I didn't like his sketch stuff.
Right.
Like his oh, we're gonna go to the Hello
Yeah,
Deli
that was
whatever.
bad.
But I like
he was good in interviews though.
Because he would talk to you.
Yeah. He didn't really care about like he's not like playing a game. Oh my god, his headless friend.
This is what happens. So there is a timeline in Back to the Future where the oldest child came out without a head.
Yeah.
So they should keep flashing back to those scenes.
They should.
And it's just a baby
and
like blood spurting out.
Who? That's why Disney didn't take it. So who was that was disappearing? His brother?
Yeah, that was his brother.
Why? Because he's fucking the timeline up by fucking his mom?
Yes. So basically the
Man,
moment...
she's so hot though.
Yeah. So to take you through the actual timeline, he interrupted the moment where his mother and father would have met, because his father actually
God, I would kill. Fuck these guys, eh?
Yeah, because his grandfather originally hit his father with the car because he was peeping on him, and then they helped him convalesce, and that's how the mom and dad met. Now that moment's been lost because he saved him.
Right. And he's banging his mom now, so that's gonna change a lot. If it came down to that kind of decision, like you can bang your hot mom, but then your sibling doesn't exist.
Well, it's going to lead to you not existing, too. It's not just erasing one person.
Fuck it. I take that gamble, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you got to roll the dice.
Let's make a better me.
The only one who can do that is me.
I like there was a scene that existed or needed to exist where they went clothes shopping for 50s clothes for him. He's like, come on, Marty. I'm going to take you shopping.
There should have been.
Get dressed in front of me, Marty.
Yeah, and he's got to, pose with the clothes on. No, and it's got to be lots of no's.
Oh, look at how friggin' gorgeous these girls are. They are all stone. Oh, she's kind of the blonde.
Which one do you like the best?
I was liking the blonde until I looked at her titty area, and I was confused.
I'll take her. I liked her.
No, they're all great. They're all beautiful.
Don't fucking back down now. You don't get them all.
I prefer larger breastises, but
not
it's
me.
Okay. It's okay.
I'll take anything I can get.
I want to just. I want when I scrape my fingernails down the front that it sound like a chalkboard.
Or like whales dying. Oh, he just said right there, your mother's amorously infatuated with you.
Yeah. Look at his hair on the back is long enough, almost long enough to be considered a mini mullet.
Where, right there? Marty's? Marty's mini mullet?
Yeah, it's coming down to the bottom of his neck a little bit.
That's a pretty hot mullet.
He's
probably, that's what I was just going to say. He's probably getting ready for the wolf to come out. He is in school.
This looks like the same school.
It does too, actually.
But I guess this is just kind of generic. Like, schools are like chain, like stores and stuff like that. The layout's pretty much the same.
They all kind of, yeah.
There's like, in our area, there's 2 or 3 schools that literally have the exact same layout. Yeah. Like, you'd be able to find your way around.
Dennis Morris and Sir Francis. No, what's the one right here? Laura Secord, Sir Francis, and Demon Parker.
We're just making up names of schools.
Dennis Morris.
Yeah. Look at
this nerdo.
All the little moments.
Look at it. You got chocolate milk in a glass and stuff. See, man, what the hell? This guy's been wearing 3D glasses the entire movie.
Yeah.
That cannot be good for your eyes.
Well, but now he can see in 3D. Maybe he has a weird eye disease.
Oh, it comes in like an old glass bottle. That chocolate milk is probably so fucking good.
Yeah. It's all chocolate with a drop of unpasteurized milk.
Oh, God. Rage hard. I like this little flapper girl. Which table would you want to be sitting at? The greasers, the nerdos here. Marty seems to be starting kind of a new thing or something. He's kind of greaser mixed with, I don't know, Mike the Mechanic or some shit.
I think the point I'm going to make here is the point that is the truest thing about us in high school is we fit into none of these groups, which is why we fit into all of these groups.
All right.
We were not disliked by anybody.
No. Well, I'm sure you're disliked by people. Well, no, but fuck I mean, those guys.
But as a whole, there were no group of people. There were like you couldn't go up to the jocks and say, "Oh, all the jocks hated us."
Yeah,
it's not true because a lot of them liked us. They at least thought we were nice people.
Yes,
right? And then you'd go to like the emo people, and they all liked us.
Yeah,
so you went to like
well, we were the drama fags, right? and the drama lesbies.
Yeah.
And actually, they're called stage lesbos, I think. Yes. Drama fags, and if you're a woman, you're a stage lesbo. Yeah. And we were those people, so we were pretty much just there for their entertainment. So why be mad at the entertainment?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get mad at the court jester. Oh, that's what you get. Hashtag me too. See, take back your shit, girl.
Yeah, so Tom Wilson, who plays Biff.
Whoa, Michael J.
He actually was
Did you forget that he was that big? Like, my God, what happened?
He's
like, what? Like, what?
It reminds me of that scene in Sleepers when, like, Devin... was it Devin... I don't remember what kid it was, but it was one of those kids. And he goes to fight the guy, and the guy stands up, and he just keeps growing above him.
And then, like, the sun gets blocked out. You're like,
I don't like the way you're looking at me. It bothers me. But Tom
don't kill people. I'll see you in the parking lot.
But yeah, Tom Wilson, he was in Action Jackson, Turner and Hooch.
Oh, yeah.
He actually was the only one who moved on to the animated series. He was the voice of Biff.
He was the voice of the dog in Turner and Hooch, the cartoon movie.
Yeah. He was also...
Who, Biff?
Yeah, Biff.
Biff was in Turner and Hooch?
He was also a voice in the cartoon Gargoyles.
Hooch's voice coach.
Yeah, he was in Gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
Yeah, he was in Freaks and Geeks. He was a teacher. He was in Ghost Whisperer. Most recently, he's a voice in the Guillermo del Toro animated series Troll Hunters on Netflix.
Troll Hunters.
Yeah, and he's a stand-up comic and an artist. And when he was coming up as a stand-up, he actually he was a roommate of Sam Kinison and Andrew Dice Clay.
What?
Yeah, they all lived together at one point.
No shit. Oh my God.
AKA the loudest place in the world.
That's exactly what. Could you imagine living in the same house as Sam Kinison and Andrew Dice Clay? And they're probably partying hard.
Okay, well, I'm going to be Sam Kinison. You want to be Dice?
Yeah, okay, I can't be.
Okay, so Biff comes in. Hey, what are you guys doing here? Oh!
Where the fuck have you been, motherfucker? We're trying to drink and get crazy.
Dice left the fucking milk out of the fridge again. Now everybody's Kinison.
Imagine you just lived in an apartment building and everyone was Sam Kinison.
Yeah.
They have women bodies though, but the face of Sam Kinison.
Sam Kinison was the only comedian whose shtick I always fell for.
I liked him.
Because Andrew Dice Clay, I'm like, I know what your game is.
Yeah.
I'm over it. But him, anytime, he did a thing, he was on a Rodney Dangerfield special one time.
Who?
Sam Kinison. And he was on this thing and it was he comes in and he's like, oh, my wife flipped me. I'm Rodney Dangerfield. You get it. And then he comes in, he's like, I've got a song. He's like, I got a song to make you feel better. And he's like, and Rodney, what you didn't know was Rodney, she fucked everyone in this fucking town. You fucking whore! You use Rodney. You never loved Rodney. And he just constantly. And he was.
Oh my God, that's probably the best pop ever.
Oh, it's just it's the ones that still have cocaine.
Oh my Lord, is that a Pepsi?
Yeah. Pepsi is literally.
It's all drink. Over this movie.
So you've had Diet Pepsi.
You're
Pepsi
right.
Free.
This is a Pepsi Cola production.
Well, and when he went into the diner earlier, he asked for a Pepsi Free, and he's like,
"Oh my God, Spielberg, come on,
you gotta pay for it." And then he's like, I'll take a tab. And he's like, I don't know, you can't have a tab till you get something. Or something
right.
Right. They're playing kind of their own.
I guess they would be drinking pop though, right? That's what they drank. There was soda. Pepsi or Coke, right? So what are you going to drink? Some fake brand?
Yeah.
When you can actually get Pepsi to pay a couple bucks?
I don't see a problem with it as long as it's not jam See, that is kind of jammed in your face.
That's how I drink pop. I drink them label out.
Yeah, so do I.
I want the world to know that I'm drinking a Pepsi Cola and possibly being paid for it.
That would be. It'd be wonderful if I was being paid for it. But it was. But yeah, that doesn't bother me.
Pretending to read.
The ones that bother me now, though, are you watch Modern Family and they're inside they're inside something that's got Apple Auto or something like that, and they're like, wow, this new Apple Auto's
look
great.
at buddies jiving around, look at us dancing away, cleaning up glasses.
I feel like that's one of the
oh my God,
that was actually really impressive. But I think one of the things that they do in this place is they all give Goldie Wilson there a few extra bucks to dance for him. They're like, let's make the colored fella dance.
Yeah. I would too for a couple bucks back then, man. Oh my God. Strawberry chocolate vanilla.
The two girls in the back, they were looking at each other like they were flat out in love.
They don't know how to accept these feelings that they have for each other.
Look in the background, the guy dancing while he eats a sandwich.
Look, they're all, everybody's in there jiving away. It helps digestion. You jive for digestion.
Yeah, that girl. You're right, though. The girl with the dark hair is exotic.
Yeah, see, now you're only saying that because I said it. You thought she was a piece of dog shit before I said it.
I said the blonde was flat.
Yeah, but you were thinking the other one was a piece of dog shit.
So Billy Zane back there actually auditioned to be Biff.
Kind of looks like Sarah Silverman.
I disagree, but I agree that she's hot, but I disagree that she looks like him. But I'll let it go.
I'll let this one slide.
Nice.
What are you saying?
Billy Zane actually auditioned to be Biff. They liked him, but they liked Tom Wilson
better,
obviously. So he got, this is when he was interviewed about this, he got what he considered the runner-up role.
Right.
So
He's like the quiet asshole who stands. Ooh.
He's exactly. Why does he always rise up like that? It's like
and he forgot again. He's like, shit. Why do I keep forgetting how big this guy is? What is wrong with me?
It's like he's in a Michael Bay movie. That shot right there, where you couldn't just the punch where he punches Biff and you only see his fist. That was still Eric Stoltz. They never reshot that.
Oh my god, Eric Stoltz's fist made the movie,
and a little bit of his ear.
Here we go. Here's an iconic scene right here.
Yeah.
Broke the kid's fucking homemade fucking. How many skateboards has he broken over the trilogy? 3? Because they do the same scene like in all 3 of them, right?
Yeah. Well, he didn't really break that one. Actually, I don't think they do anything like this in
3.
Part 3.
Yes, they do.
He rides
he rides something. They gotta have this scene in part 3 where
like
Biff eats shit. He's probably on a horse.
He ends up eating shit at the end.
He's on a horse.
Yeah, like
eat shit
and die. See, this is the kind of thing that actually would have been happening back in the day, though. Like these kind of like just public fights and shit like that were just boys being boys. You know?
Those boys. He just ran over 3 people. Oh, those boys will do that.
All hopped up on the snuff.
Whoa, he tried to kill him.
See, and I don't understand.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, that was a sweet ramp.
Like
he jumped a curb like it was a ramp.
Sexy 50s business lady.
Then he got a belly-to-back suplex by Judge Reinhold.
They're not fucking right. He is trying to kill him.
Yeah, that is actually happening. And they're throwing
well, bullying was pretty bad like back then, right? These guys are awful. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this was a good move.
Onto the board.
I would have liked it if at the very least he just didn't land on the skateboard. Like he wasn't that coordinated.
Right. Oh my god, the Dickie D man's back there. Ew, turds.
I wish that why was there so
Look. Like and now they come running out.
Why did he have to react to it? It says manure right
and he gets right up onto it too, and then it's like, ooh, it stinks. It's like, buddy, your face is right in there.
Poops. All the poops in the world.
There you go, kid.
God.
You should sign it.
This thing was made like that thing.
Oh my god, his car got fucked.
Yeah. That cost.
You don't think that girl looks like Sarah Silverman, man?
No, I really
That one's
don't.
Gretchen Mol.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I think that the diner guy looks more like Sarah Silverman.
The black guy?
Yeah. No, the white diner guy. The old
Doc
man.
on TV.
Hey, I wonder if he explains how awkward their relationship is. He's like, so how do you know me in the future, Marty? I come over to your house every day in the morning. And
you get drunk and weird.
Yeah.
I still come over because I have no friends and nothing to do.
They should have ripped off the exact scene from The Karate Kid where he just gets hammered and then you find out that his wife died in childbirth while he was in the war.
Jackie?
He's like,
that was a good acting scene from Jackie.
Yeah, well, it wasn't Jackie. It was Pat Morita.
Pat Morita. Well, when Jackie did his scene,
it was really good.
In the new Karate Kid, starring the amazing Jaden Smith.
Yes. Who has his own math.
I think he has his own. Math is named after Jaden now.
No, he legitimately said, he's like, we have a math where we know numbers that you guys don't know and stuff like that.
He's
quoted as saying something.
Is that Scientology?
No.
What is that?
That's just fucking.
That's just Jaden.
That's what happens when your
kid
sister
of a
whips her
millionaire.
hair back and forth a bunch of times and is so dizzy that she's like, I'm seeing numbers.
She's gone through time. Yeah, something has happened where you're seeing through space and time.
And then your super rich parents are like, you can do anything. If you can't,
you can even believe in numbers that don't exist. Yeah, and we're so rich and stupid that we'll say that you're right because you can never be wrong.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the only thing that bothers me about Will Smith.
You can never be wrong.
He seems so personable and all that stuff. And like, even when I saw...
That's because he's off making movies. What's her name's raising the kid, and she's nuts.
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett.
Yeah. But she's also in Tales from the Crypt Demon. We're gonna
Boom!
do it soon.
That's why I did that, man. I know what's going on.
In circles.
It all comes back around, baby.
But I'll tell you what movie will not probably...
Oh my god, he just made an electric saxophone.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
He just plugged it in.
He just invented Kenny G.
Yeah, like what the shit? I like that shirt. I want to get a shirt like that.
Nice. But he...
Oh, here we go. Don't be messing with electricity.
Oh my god. The nail. Why does it have to be like he could just light this thing up at any point? It doesn't have. This doesn't have to match
his
up
sink.
exactly.
His sink scar.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, zap.
Whoa!
I never understood why it made the car go faster.
Yeah, and why does he need that model to show that? Because it's clearly not. It's not going 1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any plutonium in it. So like, where now the whole house is on fucking fire.
I also like the fact that he's got his oily rag pile over there. It's like, I'm just gonna point this car at my oily rag pile, Marty.
Is that a proper extinguisher for the time?
I'm guessing.
You don't know.
I'm guessing it's made. It's either that or it's a seltzer bottle.
Probably is just it's for drinks.
Yeah,
just the big one. They had like 50s Mad Men parties. We just smoke and drink like a fucking fire extinguisher filled with booze. Sounds like a cool party, like a fireman party. Sexy fireman ladies like shoot booze into your mouth from an old fire extinguisher.
Nice.
Oh well, look who followed you home with her little. Is that what is that?
I don't know.
Is that a purse?
I think it's like.
It's now that it's sideways, it's like way bigger.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the smallest purse ever. She's got one earring in it.
Oh, I was gonna say nowadays it's what you put what you put your tiny dog in.
Yeah. Because your other hand is for your phone, so you got to carry your little dog around with his or her own little phone.
Yeah.
Look, he's like, a girl's here, Marty. What the fuck?
I don't know what to do with a girl, Marty. My father wouldn't let me. Oh, that started becoming a little too Rodney Dangerfield. Once I go Rodney Dangerfield, I can't come back from it. Oh,
it's over.
It takes me...
You're going to have to go back to that loony bin.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm good either way.
That old school TV in the background.
Well,
George, ugh.
There's a TV museum in Toronto that Moses Znaimer put together. It's actually in my old work building.
Is he still good? Did you ever meet Moses Znaimer?
No, we've never.
He's Much Music, isn't he?
No, not anymore. He runs
CP24?
No, he runs Zoomer Media.
The fuck is
actually,
that?
I broadcast their channels.
Really?
Yeah.
The old Zoomer?
Yeah, and it's Vision TV, One TV, Hope TV, and another one.
This is all. What is this all? Christian TV channels?
A little bit. The one is like
a little
kind
bit.
Of like it's spirituality and oneness. It's like a lot of yoga and stuff like that. But
when did Moses turn into a friggin' hippie?
After all the orgies he hosted through the 90s.
Him and Ed.
Yeah.
All those crazy Ed Nights parties.
Right.
They got to him.
But if you go into the thing, he actually has this tiny TV. It looks like those old school TVs, but it's teeny tiny, and it belonged to Elvis.
No shit.
But they
for real?
Yeah, for real. And then they also have
he didn't even shoot it, or did they fix the front because he shot it?
No, it's not the one that he shot. Oh. And then then they have the original Speaker's Corner.
Sweet.
In there. That's an old thing.
Speaker's Corner was the best.
Yeah. You have to like be specifically from this area to know about it. It was a Toronto TV station, and they were right on the corner of the street. There was something called Speaker's Corner. You go in and you just
like a booth,
and you could just do whatever.
And did you have to put a buck in?
I don't know, to be honest. I think you did, but that was actually Bare Naked Ladies got their start on Speaker's Corner.
And now you're gonna have to explain who the Bare Naked Ladies are.
No, people know who BNL is. Forget it.
BNL.
They know BNL.
Hey, you. This is how I practice for fights.
Yeah, it works, man.
What's the swear? Oh, the damn.
Yes.
I like that shirt, man. That's like retro style now that some of these hippie, not hippie. What's the word I'm looking for here? Not hippie, like trendy, like, trendy hipster.
Yes.
That's like a cowboy hipster shirt there. You put some roses or something on the shoulders there. Yeah. Maybe some fake stud things.
Yeah. And you have a lizard.
Done.
Yeah. And a mustache.
Mostly clear with some scattered clouds.
So this movie, even for the time, the budget was not that
I was literally just gonna ask you that.
Okay. How much?
Because they keep using the same sets the whole time.
Yeah. Well, it still cost a lot because there's a lot going into
They actually went through time, and that ain't fucking cheap, bro.
But
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, how much do you think it cost to make?
I believe back then that this movie cost $49 million.
You're gonna be very impressed. I was just going to point out the fact that the budget of Die Hard in 1988 was $28 million. The budget for this movie was $19 million.
Whoa!
It made $210.6 million.
You goddamn right it did.
So that's an 1,100% profit. Like, that is bananas. It was one of the number one movies of the year.
It has really bad review scores on Rotten Tomatoes. I know part 2 does.
Yeah, I think this one doesn't though. I don't have the Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't know
like
if
I
it's
said.
man. I know number
kind of
2 got
abandoned
like
Rotten
the
Tomatoes.
worst. I don't even really read them. I remember
Yeah.
from way back that I looked it up. I don't know why, guys. I read it somewhere. Look at he looks like a businessman. He's got too much gel hair in.
This is kind of
He looks
Wall
like he's
Street.
Yeah, he looks like he's on his way to an interview at Glen Ross.
Yeah, exactly.
And Kevin Spacey's going to do his interview, so
He's
that's going to go.
He's writing his always be closings.
You think that little young Marty's going to go into that interview with Kevin Spacey and it's going to be all hunky dory?
It'll be fine.
It's going to be hunky something, all right.
It's gonna be hunks
Look at
of
the cop. The cop's just like, hey, what you doing there, buddy? See, this is how trusting people were.
Don't touch that. I'm doing everything legal.
Well, okay, buddy. Swinging his little billy stick,
It
eh?
needs to be
Just
he
whistling
needs
Joe.
he needs to be mega Irish.
Hey, what you doing there? Everything legal. I could guarantee that, officer.
For sure.
They don't even care. Look at him. Oh, yeah. Marvin Berry and the
I
Stranglers.
love this. So yeah, this movie was a long time. This movie was on the charts.
Pepsi Cola.
Yeah.
Okay.
This movie was on the charts from, it started in, its first weekend was July 5th,
Okay.
and it was still in theaters in March of the following year.
Dear God.
So this is like the
That's why I made all that money.
This is like one of the longest sustaining ones. It was number 1 for the first 3 weeks. Then it went to number 2 in week 4. Then it was number 1 for...
Is this our longest movie at number 1? No, we did Lord of the Rings. That's still in the theaters.
This movie was then number 1 for another 9 weeks after it was number 2. And then it stayed in the top 10 until the 3rd week of December.
Holy fuck.
From
So is this our
July.
biggest number 1?
It's our big, it's
Our
our
longest,
period.
biggest, longest number 1.
In Hollywood doesn't work like now. Everybody puts out their big stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to stay at number 1. Like even you put out
People
Star
were loving
Wars
Back
and
to
it's
the
got-
Future, man.
Yeah, you put out Star Wars and it can be number 1 for a while. I think Star Wars was another one that was number 1 for a long time.
I
like
think
the
it was
original
too.
one.
Look at her. She's getting loaded.
But
She's going to get those inhibitions again. She's going to get loaded and slutty.
but yeah, like nowadays, if something's number 1 for more than a couple of weeks, it's kind of like unheard of.
Yeah, because
there's always the
there's
next
always
thing.
the next Jumanji that could wreck ya.
Well, it's like everything. Like Thor came out, and then the next thing. Came
Oh,
out,
she's
and-
smoking now? Yeah. That's when they made cigarettes for real.
Yes.
Cigarettes in the 50s kept you alive longer. Then they realized this, and they
Most
were like,
doctors-
we don't want people buying cigarettes forever.
Upside down
We have
Pepsi-
to kill them.
Pepsi
Yeah,
Box.
yeah, that's about Pepsi Box I noticed before.
Sorry. I apologize.
When Marvin Sperry and the Stranglers there.
Yeah, I apologize.
You should be so fucking sorry.
I'm pretty sorry.
Oh my God. Hey, look at this like all chocolate fountain looking thing.
Oh my god.
That could be from the future right there, man. There's a mermaid on the wall. They're tired of people throwing beer bottles at the clock. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's probably for. Ooh, look at it. Look at. Ooh, yeah. Holy moly. Why are you so nervous? Look at those titties, girl. Of course he's nervous.
I know.
Shit, girl.
So this was the number 1 movie of 1985.
What else came out in 85?
Well, let's find out.
I came out 5 years earlier.
Whoa, Back to the Future Part 2?
Oh my God.
Oh no, sorry, I'm lying.
What?
It was Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Yeah, like my God, the sequel came out. Wow.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
They sent it from the future.
Yeah, I don't know. So here's the top chunk.
Look at it, she's tonguing her son.
So Back to the Future, Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rocky 4. Those were the top 3 movies. The Color Purple, Out of Africa, Cocoon, Jewel of the Nile, Witness, Goonies, Spies Like Us, Police Academy 2, Fletch.
Police Academy. Spies Like Us. Look. She's like, oh my. This is all wrong.
Oh.
She just got some weird biological thing through time as a mother. As a future mother, she knows she just kissed her family.
This big thick cock is of my blood.
Too late.
Yeah. And then the funniest part, that Leia, who had access to the Force in some small way,
Yup.
couldn't pick that up on her brother, except the part when he says, "You're my sister," and she's like, "I know. I've always in some way I've always
She's
known."
rubbing him.
She says
I've
says
always
that
known.
line. It's like, "You've kissed him twice. You whore."
Here we go. He's still wearing those 3D glasses.
I know. 85 though. Listen to some of the other movies that came out. So A View to a Kill, Mask. So Eric.
I just watched A View to a Kill.
Nice.
Terrible. Oh no, that one's good. That's with
It's not.
It's Roger Moore and it's got Grace Jones and Christopher Walken.
He's so fucking.
Oh yeah, it was great. No, it was great. Don't listen to Joe.
The Breakfast Club.
Sweet.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Sweet.
They did a re-release of E.T.
They're gonna like dump the body. Look at how light and easy he is to carry. Oh my god.
Commando, Teen Wolf, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Commando.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Teen Wolf. Oh look! Here's the band smoking it up.
Yeah, well, of course.
Look at all the reefer
Smoking
madness
the
coming
reefers.
out of there.
See, I like Billy Zane because he's wearing a suit, but he's also a greaser. He's like undercover somehow.
Undercover greaser. Oh, there goes the band.
Man, get me out of here.
Do you know how to play the guitar?
That just worked out fine, eh? And that's not something
the guitarist doesn't come back from running after your friends.
And you can tell that this movie was never meant to have a sequel because it only comes up in this movie.
Yeah.
They never bring it up again. He
look like he thinks she's getting... Oh, he's trying to rape her.
Yeah.
He's raping her.
I told you he was raping her.
You did not.
Yeah, but he flat out...
Oh, my God.
But my favorite part about this rape isn't, I'm going to fuck you and be done with you. He's like, you're going to be my wife.
Yeah.
You're going to remember the
he's
time
kind
I
of
raped
like
you every
Bowser.
time you look at our children.
Yeah, he's Bowser, man. Look at him.
Like Bowser in Super Mario Brothers or Bowser in Sha-Na-Na?
Sha-na-na.
Boo. Sha-Na-Na. Dip, 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 dip.
Sha-na-na.
Oh, it's good times.
Close the door and then beat it. See, he's allowing him to stay there. He can
To
beat
watch.
off outside and look in.
Yeah. My favorite Bowser thing ever, he was in a music compilation infomercial. And he's just like, you guys gotta check out the best of this music. And then he's got this weird pose where he's like, he's singing into a microphone and so he's like flexing an arm up and looking up and like singing into a microphone that's not there.
Nice.
It's so good. He's just mouth agape. It's very funny.
Agape.
Agape. Oh, he sliced his
Oh,
head.
that's how it happens.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Look at him run. He's really giving her. He's got a good run, eh? Marty McFly.
See, he's almost finished beating it.
Oh my God, lady.
Pie face.
What a fucking turd, eh? Biff. Jesus.
A lot of credit to George McFly here. I like what they did with them at the end. I think the end of this movie is a very satisfying end.
I agree.
I like it.
Biff should have been murdered.
Yeah.
He's a rapist piece of shit.
Yeah, would have been.
Boom.
That, or at the very least, should have been brought up. Like, it should be a thing where they're blackmailing him, or like, you're gonna fix my car and you're gonna do this, or I'm going to the cops and we're gonna have a conversation about that time you were fucking 3 inches deep into my wife.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna take a long time to get through all those layers of that dress, for God's sakes.
The only thing that would have been better is
it's like rape-proof foam.
That's
like, geez, you're not getting through that friggin' thing.
Is that what taffeta was meant for?
It's exactly.
Like, we didn't have very strong rules to stop people from being raped, so we just put so much weird scratchy material on each other.
All this shit in there.
Yeah, I think the only thing that would have been better would have been, instead of him taking her and then going, was just him shoving her aside. Like, she's like, stop, let's just go. And he just starts pounding. And like the blood, every time he like punches and pulls his hand up, blood is spraying. And his white suit is just covered like he's an American Psycho or something.
American
like that.
Psycho. Listens to a lot of Genesis.
Everybody should listen to Genesis.
Hell yes, they should.
I can't dance. I can't talk.
Well, we know.
It's like the worst Genesis song.
Yeah.
But yeah, we all know that I can't dance or talk. It's all good. Marvin, you gotta play.
Shit. Look at now, he's all concerned with Buddy here.
If you don't play, who's gonna play?
Buddy.
Me?
The dance is over, bud. Their romance must bloom on the dance floor.
Yeah. The scene earlier when Lorraine comes into Doc's house, it's literally the only time that What's-Her-Face and Christopher Lloyd share any dialogue. And and they only share like a couple of lines together, and they've been in 6 movies together.
Wow!
All 3 of these movies, and they've been in 3 other movies together, and they have never ever.
And they don't interact.
And they never interact.
That's because who, in Elizabeth Shue?
No, fucking Leah Thompson.
Oh, what else have they been in together?
His ability, Angels in the Outfield, I believe.
Oh my God, classic romp.
And I can't remember the other ones. They were a little bit. They weren't lesser knowns, but
look, if he's not rocking balls, he can't. Like, he's like, I can't do it.
Well, have you ever wanted to fall in love with somebody when you're...
And who is this guy now? Jeez, you can't leave a girl alone for 5. She's getting raped again.
I like to that there's some weird
Shit.
He's turning into Teen Wolf. See, look.
Look.
This is the worst effect ever.
Look at Jesus.
And nobody
save her.
It's hilarious too, though, because you even have that moment.
She's
where,
screaming,
like,
George, like, help me.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go.
Boom.
Fuck off, buddy.
That guy. You know who I think that was? The Shermanator.
It was
American
the Shermanator.
Pie. That was when he was that's his dad. So if he goes
Yeah.
back, he's like, yeah, I used to always just try and force my dick on people's legs. And he's like, that's how I got my thing.
That's how you got your wife.
Yep.
I forced myself onto Joe, like, so the whole crowd could see him trying to fight me off, but he couldn't because he's so weak.
Yeah.
And then his wife came up and punched me in the face.
It's totally
It worked out
true.
perfectly.
I
was going to rape the fuck out of you if nobody helped you.
Wow. You think you set up that scenario.
Right, yeah.
No, not the way I see it, buddy.
That's a reverse rape.
I'm so glad that our prom didn't have a theme.
Yay! It should have had a theme.
I regret growing.
No theme.
Our prom was lame.
Our prom was super fucking lame. We should redo the prom.
Redo the prom.
I'm going to bring an Asian prostitute.
Nice.
She's going to really liven up the party.
I'm also going to bring an Asian prostitute because it will be cheaper than hiring a babysitter
Exactly.
to bring my wife.
Oh, fuck, eh?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
All these buddies there still. Oh, here we go.
And then he's gonna.
Now that I still exist and my parents are going to fuck tonight and make me, let's rock out.
Once again, I'll point out that they're not making him because it's
You're going to make me tonight, baby. Booyah.
Actually, a lot of time actually passes because, like, so if you're picturing he's got to be 17 maybe?
Marty?
In this
Oh, he's
movie?
like 42.
Yeah.
No,
but
that's the power of Michael J.
I'm just saying the character of Marty has got to be about 17. So that puts him at being born in 68. So that means 13 years pass. So how long before they get married and how much older are the other siblings and all that
He's
stuff?
very shy. It takes a long time. They're getting to know each other. They're not fucking animals.
I think they actually
This
get
isn't
married.
now where you go on Twitter and just fuck some person in the first 10 minutes.
I think they get married in the next day.
And they don't have sex
They don't have
until-
sex for like
exactly.
9 years.
Yep.
And he actually comes before he gets his pants off, so that one's done. And then
Yep.
they take another year off.
Take a year off so you can work up his strength.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, muster up another load.
Well, you can't. They didn't have the technology to double bag it back then.
No,
so it
no,
was
they did not.
Basically, you would have to just pour
Woo!
You would just pour hot coffee into their vagina afterwards to like burn out any sperm, and that usually always ended in a pregnancy.
Oh, yes. It doubled down on a pregnancy. Your baby was hyper as fuck, too.
Yeah. Nothing bothers me as much as when somebody is singing, but it's not their voice, and clearly not their voice.
Oh, yeah.
Like, get a guy who sounds vaguely like him. Like, it's like if Michael Jackson...
You can hear that through the phone.
Yeah, if Michael J. Fox sang well, what would he sound like? And it would be like a little bit like this. They just got a random guy who could sing. Like, he might as well have not even have been a white guy.
Like, nobody ever thought of doing this on the guitar before, for God's sakes. Like, nobody just, like... Yeah. Even in their basement was like, let me just turn it up and crank, like really give her here, you know?
Well, but is this not the truth of the the evolution of rock and roll?
Heavy metal riffs playing.
Like
that is not a heavy metal riff. This is Johnny Be Good.
Yeah. Whoever captioned this movie.
Like, what in the fuck?
You know, at the time, but again, like, think about the time frames of stuff like that. Remember when people thought that Elvis was too sexual?
Yeah.
Like, he swivels his hips. Yeah. And it's like, watch now. Like, go watch any 8 seconds of a Katy Perry video and your head will explode if you think that friggin'...
Both of them.
Yeah. Or watch Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Oh,
you watch,
yeah.
you can
I'll
just...
hit you. I'll hit you again.
Scrub that.
I'll hit you again, girl. You don't even have to ask.
See, and like... And I like...
He is literally like a guitar prodigy.
Yeah.
He's so amazing, and he's not going to be pissed off when he hears his song he made up as a dancer come out of... what's his name? Because he's like, you got to hear this new sound.
Well, what's he going to do at that point? He's going to go, really not a lot of time passes because he ripped
I would have
off...
said, listen, I fucking wrote that song, bud.
Well, he didn't write the song. It's not like he made it up. He knew the song because he's from the future.
Oh, sort of. Yeah, you know what? You're right. So Chuck Berry's ripping himself off that was ripped off from a guy from the future.
Yeah, he just doesn't know that the idea that he's
okay, no, I'm cool with it. Yeah, no, that's cool. But he was still, he thinks he's being a badass because he's ripping someone off.
Yeah. He thinks he's Edison to
Yeah.
his Tesla.
Yep.
But nope, not happening.
He just ripped himself off.
Right? Yeah.
He's going to sue himself
gonna-
from the past.
We've all learned a very important
Wow,
lesson here
man.
today, is get your parent, go back in time, get your parents to fuck, and make sure that they forgive you for something very lame and
Yeah.
vague when you're a kid.
Exactly.
If you ever have kids,
It's so
then
simple. Just do what Joe's saying.
this would really throw me off. If one of them accidentally sets fire to your rug when they're 8, just forgive them.
Yeah.
My first thought would be, "Are you my son from the future?" Like I wouldn't go anywhere else. That's because I'm like, that's
Yeah.
too specific. You're definitely my son
Yeah,
from the
what
future.
in the hell?
Ugh.
Marty. We should name our son that. That's Marty's kid.
Yeah.
He had to get his dad hooked up with her so she could lie to him and say that it was your baby, and the timeline would still sort of work out.
Why does he look exactly like that guy?
Exactly. They don't
like-
think about that, right?
And then
Maybe their minds get wiped because of the time travel or something.
maybe what happens is he actually went back in time an extra time and gets stuck back there and fell in love with his own mother. So he's traveling a timeline where he has an affair with her
Right.
later on
Yep.
than the timeline. So that's why he looks like him, because he actually did sex her and make
That's
himself
right.
again.
Yep. Terminator 2 style. Oh, fuck. Now what's wrong, Doc?
Yeah.
Jesus.
See, I like the idea, though. He knows something's going to be way different, but he's like, we don't have time to figure that out.
So time, Marty. Let's just roll.
Lightning striking soon, Marty.
And then just go back in time and until it strikes over and over.
Yeah.
What the fuck, right?
Keep trying. Make sure you bring extra plutonium next time.
Yeah. Where did? Oh yeah, you bought them off the Libyans.
Yeah, I like to.
If you look up the Libyans in the phone book, you can get any number of plutonium, anything.
Anytime I look up Libyans, it always just points me to a can of pork and beans, and I'm like, oh, I just wrote Libby's. I just wrote Libby's pork and beans.
I just keep going to these vagina pictures.
Lippy.
Libyans?
I want girls who are lippy.
Yeah. Big ol' lips.
I want
Flapping.
I want it to look like the lower half of Mick Jagger's face,
Oh,
sideways.
dear God.
And I want it to sing "Start Me Up."
Hey, well.
But when Todd's finished with it, it always says, "I can't get no satisfaction."
Action.
See, this is the beginning of their romantic thing. That's another movie. I'd like to make a short movie about the 30-year wait between them meeting.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
he's just sitting and then he's like watching over him like Obi-Wan Kenobi to Luke. He's like, "You're going to end up with me someday, buddy." And just kind of goes back and sits down. And then one day, like a knock on the door, and he's like, "Oh,
It's
hi,
not
who are
him,
you?"
yeah.
And he's like, "Who are you again? I don't know who your name is, Marty." That's probably why he's probably
Right.
over romanticized the whole thing
Right.
in his head. That's why he's always hanging out with him. He's just like,
Oh, fuck.
Do
Don't
not
look,
do that.
bro. Oh, the consequences.
I like that the way to make him look younger, it was like simply like take a couple pieces of makeup off of him and make his hair a little
and
less
make his neck
scraggly.
like the wrinkliest fucking thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. He really is though. Like his
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Oh, Doc,
his-
come on.
his performance is a lot better than than I think people give it credit
Who?
for though. Christopher Lloyd's.
He's amazing.
It's so good.
He's
Like,
the
it's-
best.
Well, because it's so. I think that people sometimes don't give a lot of credit to the roles because if they're too big, they're like, oh, he's
Right.
just screaming his role at people. I'm like, there's a lot going on, like, because he's got.
It's storming.
Well, and on top of that, he's
The
all of
wind is howling. He needs to yell.
I know, but he is all of the the exhibition.
Right.
You know?
He's got to get that out there. This is happening right now. Oh,
No,
okay.
sorry, I said
Oh.
exhibition. I meant exposition. Sorry, but
Exhibitionism.
Yeah, no, but he's
Oh,
all the
yeah.
exposition. So like literally everything. He's like, this is how you travel in
Yeah.
time. This is how you have to get back. This is how
Real
this is
quick,
gonna
too. Fill me in
happen,
real quick and time travel here, bud.
And he also has to be funny, and he also has to be physical, right? Like,
He's like the Kramer of the 50s.
oh, he's very.
He's
much
like Science Kramer.
Science Kramer.
Yeah.
If Bill Nye and Doc Brown had a kid, it would be Kramer.
It would be Kramer.
It just like
Science Kramer.
and he just didn't have an education.
Look like he's like, oh, Jesus coming.
And he also didn't get any sensitivity training from his two dads, obviously.
My two dads.
You'd be hanging from the tree. Oh no!
Oh, man, now I gotta hear this
Michael.
twice. My two racist gay dads.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That
So
should
I'm
be a
gonna
new Netflix show.
Dad, I'm going to be a stand-up. What do you want me to do? If anybody's ever heckling you, make sure you fit the N-word in as much as possible. Actually, Chris, I don't think you should do that. Scientifically speaking, people will react a certain way. Fuck you, yeah.
That's the reaction we want.
Yeah. I don't
He's
know
like,
why.
go, Marty. Jesus, can't you read his gigantic hand signals?
I don't know why I made Bill Nye a nerdy
What's
pussy
he doing?
in that.
Fucking like calling the plane and run, man.
Well,
Oh yeah.
any opportunity.
Yep.
My
Yep.
problem is that I'm too fat and I feel like I'm going to damage my car if I try it.
Oh, so what? It's your car.
yeah, no,
It's
I
for
don't.
doing slides over, man.
But I feel like I'll knock a piece like out of alignment, and then it's gonna like my car will just keep speeding
Knock
up
a
and
piece of
speeding
your
up
body
until
over
I
alignment.
slam face first into a corner of a building.
It's really specific, eh?
Yeah.
That's exactly what would happen.
Now, what would the paradox be if he gets killed? So he sacrifices himself and gets killed to send Marty back to the future.
Okay, so
'Cause
this
then
is
he-
past Doc, so he's dead.
Yeah. So past Doc dies, does not invent the time machine. So does Marty even ever?
Does
go back to the
would
past?
Marty make it? Well, the time machine is there though.
Yeah. This is where the whole timeline
Ooh,
thing. See,
yeah.
This is where they're brilliant, and they came up with that timeline thing. They're like, well, wouldn't this just happen? No, that's still a timeline. We're now doing this, so you need to figure out how to get yourself and make the change to get back to this one.
Right, back to that like brand, like fork in the road kind of a thing, right?
It's the idea of thinking fourth dimensionally, and the whole everything is always happening. It's kind of like if you break down that one weird moment in what's the Christopher Nolan movie, Matthew McConaughey, Interstellar. If you break
Oh
that
my
down,
God.
where literally every moment is happening at the exact same time, and every possibility of every moment is
Right.
happening at the exact same time,
And it all
So-
gets all tied up with a magical
so
bookcase.
you just have to figure out how to zigzag
Harry fucking
yourself
Potter.
back to
No,
where
no,
you-
no. Just wait for the bookcase to bring you back.
Yeah.
The bookcase knows what's going on. It's read your story already. It's the magic bookcase.
You just have to pull that one book down. Like,
Oh my god, that movie was infuriatingly bad. God, I hated that movie. The fucking bookcase. I knew it too. I was like, right when I saw it, I was like, what's with this fucking bookcase?
the best
It's like a portal to another world.
the best part about
Or like the beginning of humanity, or where like who gives a shit?
it's symbolic.
Ugh. Symbolic
you
of
do
my
notice-
hatred for Christopher Nolan.
You do notice in 1985 that broken part of the clock tower that he just broke. It's still broken. Nobody ever fixed it.
He doesn't want you to just flick your headlights there, but he wants you to drive the car to the hitting point.
Maybe he's got
He's
like,
like, maybe this will stop the future. Click, click, click,
maybe
click,
he's got
click, click,
OCD and he has to like
Oh
punch
yeah,
on
57
lights.
times. He's got to do it fast, man. This lightning's coming.
You should never have gone to that prom, Marty. We don't have time for this.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know why, and not like it would have worked, but I felt like he was going to put the one piece of the wire on like the hour hand of the clock, and then the other piece on the minute hand.
Right.
And that's what killed
That's
the clock.
what was gonna zazz it up.
Yeah. So it zaps the inside of
It
the
reminds me of like the Joker hanging off the building in the end of Batman.
clock. Yes. Oh, when are we doing that?
We watched Batman?
No.
I thought we watched everything already. I think that every movie I've ever seen, we've done here.
Yes.
Which is why it's surprising when we do it, because I think we just did it.
Well, yeah, because we do this is why this show exists.
I'm
is
existing in
because we
all
are-
time frames
well,
right
that too,
now.
but we also
It gets sketchy.
yeah. So you live in a world where we've never done it. But
Remember
we've
when
done
I
it
started
twice.
flickering and wasn't here for a minute, then came back and wasn't here and was here?
It's always what you look like. the,
Flickering in and out of space time.
yeah, the idea of
Oh my god, it just fit. Oh Jesus, how many things could go wrong here?
See, this is when I thought I was like, he's gonna put it on two pieces of the
Right.
clock. It makes sense. I think it makes more sense than just continuously pulling on it and hopefully it works out.
Yeah.
Because then this happens. Whoopsie doodle.
Oh well, for fuck's sakes, Doc.
I feel like you should have just got one piece of cable.
Well,
See, like, how long is this street? This guy is going. He's already accelerating. This guy's at the top of a clock tower. So, like, time's ticking.
Oh.
Like, to me, like, this should already be occurring.
yeah. It's got to be timed perfectly. Like, geez, does it ever have to be timed
Yeah.
perfectly? Oh crap, Marty, it's happening.
Yeah. Well, that was the other part, too. And that's the thing in part 3. And I mean, we'll probably talk about more about it if we get to part 3 in this. But when they do the thing on the train where he has to get up to a certain speed, and he's like, and you should get to it right as you hit the end of this bridge, or you'll just go off of the bridge. I'm like, why don't you just start way further back?
Yeah. No. I think Doc's going to kill himself here. Oh, no, he's sliding.
That would have been the best.
He looked like he was set up a noose and he
Marty.
was going to kill himself right at the strike of midnight.
Marty, I failed you. And just face first onto the concrete. Boom.
I know he should land on the windshield of the car.
Yeah.
Then he smashes into the future porno shop.
This is the part where he gets this is the part where his hair starts to stick out for real.
Oh, shit.
How terrifying would that be?
He got down that clock tower. He
'cause
slid down. That's right.
But how crazy would it be? Like, you remember the big lightning strike we saw, like, directly across the highway from us the one time? We were at a water park, and it started raining really hard. It started to be a lightning storm, and they're like, yeah, we're closed. You can't be here anymore. So we're waiting on a ride, and we're, like, pretty far away from anybody. So we're, like, huddled kind of under this awning by at a hotel there. And we look right across the highway from us. Lightning strikes, like, right there. And
Lightning crashes.
And it crashed so hard that we felt it in our bodies, and we were just like, whoa, and we were screaming.
We were changed.
Oh my God. I've lost all my hair and turned bright white, and now I'm powder.
I gained twice as much hair.
Yeah, he gained
only
all
in my
hair.
genital region.
It blew all off of me and onto his bush. Won't tell you why my head and his bush were so close together.
Here comes the 50s chopper. Where's the damage here now? Where's the damage?
You saw it in the shot earlier. This homeless.
Oh my God, there he is.
This homeless guy was in They Live.
Hey, I told this guy's always a fucking homeless guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't trust him, Marty. He's a fucking alien.
This is George.
He's not an alien, but he works for the aliens.
This is George
I
Buck.
wonder how much he got for this, the old Buckster.
Assembly of Christ now. See, they've changed stuff.
How much do you think he got for that?
Probably plenty. Like
Elmos.
Like, when you see day players like that, I shudder to think what they actually get paid to be in a movie, because I'm like, it's probably more than I made this year.
You think just for that?
I don't know.
It's like $100,000 or something for that? No way.
No, not for that. But
they
it's
paid
like,
Michelle Williams $80 to reshoot her scenes from that one
$80 a day.
movie, and this guy's gonna make $100,000 for his one line. And
I was very glad
Back to the Future.
I was glad to see that Mark Wahlberg actually donated all of his
only
money.
Because people made a big
that was
stink.
Exactly it. And that was 80 Brian actually talks
Oh
about that.
fuck! Look at this. The Labians are going by.
Yeah. That was why where the stereotype of came
That's
from.
where that came from. Exactly.
But,
a big flapping vag hole.
Yeah. But the
Hey, watch it, bud. He's like, huh?
yeah, he should have jumped off of
Right off his face.
Of his
right off his face. And he still was like, what was that?
So good.
Ran to the mall. Ooh, he's gassed out. He
Yeah,
made it there
and
just in
now
time.
The Twin Pines Mall has become the Lone Pine Mall because he ran over that one pine tree. So, I mean, that's fairly common knowledge now, but I'm going to say it because if I don't say it, they'll be like, this guy doesn't know anything about this movie.
Oh, it is, too. Lone Pine Wall now. Oh, my God, there's you.
I feel like
oh fuck,
they should have the same rule in Time Cop where if you touch each other, you both explode.
You break the continuum or whatever it is, right? That's what I believe.
Well, because that was the only scientific thing they did in Time Cop is that there's basically the scientific principle that two people can't
occupy the same.
The same matter can't occupy the same place at the same time or whatever. It's smarter than me.
You're saying that's the only thing in Time Cop? Did you see those kicks?
Yeah.
That's time right there, baby.
Well, and actually everything Ron Silver says is basically Trumpism, so it kind of works out. He's basically it's all about how much money you have.
And you don't think that there's some weird time travel shit going on where he's kicking around and he's got this little towel on and it never falls off? Now that's something going on there.
That's probably something, yeah.
Oh my God, you didn't save Doc at all? Oh my God, yes you did.
It's fine. Why are his eyes so glossy?
That's what happens when you take a bullet.
What? I'm sure you're
and
fine.
Live. He's white as a ghost. He's been dead the whole time too.
Nice. And this is another thing, because again, you got to remember that.
Look at the makeup to make him look old.
Yeah. Parts 2 and 3 were made completely separate from this. There was no intention of making them. Good thing they didn't
shoot him in the face.
Yeah. But yeah, there was no intention of making them, and there was nothing like that. But then the way they've made them tie in together and stuff like that, and the little pieces of the puzzle, I was like, it really just brilliant.
Oh, look, his letter.
Nice.
You're going to get shot at 1:30.
I figured, what the hell? This was the laziest writing.
I would, if I had the ability, I would probably, you know, ruin it, and I would be in a restaurant, and they'd be like, "This note came for you 20 years ago," and they'll say, "Todd, don't eat that burrito. You're gonna get the shits."
No, the shits. But the crappy. It's just the crappy thing is like they probably decided they're like, we're gonna kill him, and then it's like, no, we gotta bring him back. It's like, well, how are we gonna do it? Oh, he just looked at the letter anyways. But we just went over a big thing of why it's so important that he doesn't look at the letter. He's like, so what's he gonna say? Oh, what the hell?
What the hell?
Just, whatever.
The letter told him he was gonna get shot, right?
Yeah. Gullwing doors, baby. Why don't all cars have them?
He slapped an old microwave on the back and stuff to make it look like a... Well, the second one looks like a juicer or something. He's throwing an old banana peels and shit.
You'll see it.
It's at the end of this one. Yeah.
But actually, funny was DMC actually made... they sold kits that made your car look like the
no way.
DeLorean. Like, you could add the pieces.
How many DeLoreans sold? You got that written down?
No. Sorry.
Whatever.
But no, they were fairly popular for a time, but not popular.
Pepsi free. Diet Pepsi.
It was one of the first caffeine-free drinks, folks.
Huey Lewis. Is that his wallet back there, or is that his ass cheek stuffed into the one? Like, holy Jesus.
God.
What the fuck is going on there?
That's how glute implants worked.
Like, what
if
the
you
hell?
wanted to have a little bit of a booty, you had to shove. He had some pretty sexy photos.
I know.
There was like just a picture of a girl's
dirty.
ass.
Oh, that was pretty dirty.
I'm picturing that's Jennifer. She took a Polaroid of like her ass with garters on and stuff like that. And she's like,
so it's the 80s. Who would that be? What's her name? Charlie's Angels or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, now here's another weird thing. So he's made his brother and sister successful. Why are they all living at home? Like, they're like, I have to go to my businessman.
Yeah, and they still live at home. True that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you in your business suit at breakfast?
I don't remember the name of the show, but I saw it on IMDb. But
Why do they live at home? I never thought that before, actually. What the fuck?
It always blew my mind, because, I mean, he's 17 or whatever. They're both older than him, so they're both adults. And if they're both doing successful jobs, they're either... She should either be in college, so probably out somewhere else, especially because they're wealthy.
They're spies. They're like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah. I hate that they've still had to make her a little bit fat to age her. Like, they just added some cheek on her.
Some big cheeks.
Like, they should have just left her
some
exactly
rouge.
as is.
Just give her some gray in her hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Dirtbag.
Or just like fashion her into an older person. Don't, like, mold her into an older person.
No, I like it. I like the chubby cheeks.
Yeah. There's something to hold on to.
That's right.
Is that a thing? Yeah. You're so cute.
Yeah, exactly.
See,
like in Adam Sandler in the What's It Called when he's like, never go to high school. He's like, I want to go to high school. Remember that kid's cheek?
I want to go to high school. Yeah.
He's like, that's it. That's a whole fetish right there.
I just watched that the other day, actually, and I just like that kid. Hi, how was high school?
Biffer.
The haircut they've given him. He looks like a gremlin now.
Yeah, that's what you get for trying to rape my wife and being a fucking asshole, bud.
You're right. You were so nice not to call the cops on me about that whole thing.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to like
do it next time with your penis, Biff.
You find out he totally changed his ways. He's like, look, I'm totally on the level now. I'm like, I found God.
No, Marty. Now his father McFly is just a real prick.
Yeah.
Oh, there's still
his big
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
One way or another, he's gonna see his mother naked. Like, it's just like, if you're not gonna fuck her in the past, I'm gonna have sex with her in front of you in the present.
That's called. Oh my God.
See, now here's a really weird thing.
I don't remember any of this part.
I know.
What the fuck? Like,
it always feels like maybe like the TV edit just cut off.
Or something. Like, what the fuck is even happening?
Yeah, but to me, I always find that funny too, because that's basically the story of his life. Don't you think that would have been his first book? He's obviously rich from being a successful author,
right?
So like you
that was his latest one.
Yeah, like you should have like found something like maybe he had like he went in and saw his dad's like study, and then it had like a like a Pulitzer Prize on
Right.
or something, and then underneath was a copy of the first book.
Yes.
Which was that book or
No.
something
That
like
makes way too much sense.
I know, but here's like, no, I wrote a bunch of books, and then finally I decided to tell this one story that definitely defined my life, and would be the thing we would definitely talk about.
When the spaceman came to visit him and told him,
it would be.
Oh shit, Jesus! There could have been someone standing there.
It would be if Oliver Stone waited an additional 20 years to do Platoon.
Right.
It's like, I'm really gonna wait a long time before I talk Vietnam.
Look at his
Bret
new
the
tie.
Hitman
See, just
Hart.
like the pants I came up with. Look, it's clear see-through tie.
Yes.
Only that'll be pants.
He looks so Degrassi
Look
to
at
me.
this. Mr. Fusion.
Yeah.
Because everybody's doing it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Home energy reactor.
Why not? It works.
He looks like he's making a, what's his name?
I think that
Like he's meant. Well, that's the machine from Ernest Goes to Camp, only slapped on the back of a car.
Yeah.
Remember what he would make the food with? Bobby. They'd throw everything in the machine. No, not me. And he'd throw it in.
Or in Judge Dredd,
Beef
the food recycling.
aroni. Yeah.
The food recycling robot.
Same machine, just a little bit downgraded.
Yeah, as he's been referred to on other podcasts, spaghetti robot.
Spaghetti. So what did he just say? Look at the license plate.
He's basically, there's something happens to your kids. So he
Come
went
with me again.
from you can't know anything about your
Yeah.
future. Quick, we have to go change
The
your
movie
future.
made way too much money, Marty. We need a sequel.
Yeah. So, well, the idea too, and one of the things that Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale said is we never would have put Jennifer in the car if we were going to do a sequel, because the first thing we have to do in part
Is
two
get rid of her. Well, you didn't have to, right? But
No, but he's like, the simple bit of telling their story is telling Doc and Marty's story,
we
not
could have gotten her.
nah.
You don't even know how fucking interesting she is.
Elizabeth Shue acted it really weird. Yeah. Uh-oh. You can't see it, but Todd's just been exposed to the atmosphere of Mars. The first person in the credits name is Todd, so we know that this was a good movie.
Todd Hallowell. When me and Jerry Hallowell had those kids from Spice Girls,
Oh, that
we
would've
named
been
our first
fun.
one Todd.
She was
And clearly there
always-
was some time travel fuckery because he's older than me now, and he helped make this film.
She was so
back
hot.
in
So hot.
time. If
I
you
wonder
could
how she's
do
still doing.
okay, so this song starts and it's the 80s. You're your age now.
Yeah.
What's your montage? Back in time.
Like, what do you mean?
Like you're gonna have your own
little.
like 80s movie montage, but it's you.
Oh, so I'm in the 80s.
Yeah, you're gonna
doing
do
stuff.
something. Like, what are you doing?
I'm definitely playing a lot of synthesizers.
Okay. Are
So,
you
like-
a synthesizer teacher?
No. I'm just like, I'm in like a music store. Very similar to the scene in when Beethoven's in thing.
as he's running amok in the mall.
Yeah, exactly.
I think.
And then fingering somebody.
And fingering. Oh yeah, people like that.
The 80s. Fingering.
I want mine to be like I run a on roller skates. It's like jazzercise class, you know.
Which
You know,
almost,
it's like a fitness class, so you got like the headband on, and it's like, but you got the skates on.
almost literally thinking too, once you say that, I picture what Joan of Arc doing something
Hey.
similar. And
Only I have roller skates on, and it's a montage. It's a
Honest-
whole summer
my montage
in one
honestly,
song.
My honest montage would Frank Marshall was the second unit director. I like Frank Marshall. He's the producer.
He's the
Big-
best
he's a
second
big
unit
time
director
producer.
in the biz, baby.
No, but I think I would probably just go and watch all these movies again.
In a montage.
You would see a montage.
So it's
of me loving
you
movies.
watching all these 80s movies in the 80s
Yeah, you would just
montage.
you would just see me wearing like
Back in
futuristic.
time. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, just me wearing a lot of futuristic things. The good news is most of my shirts are so dated because they're all Star Wars and stuff like that.
You would fit
that
right
I wouldn't
in.
I wouldn't look like I was from the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that would be is if they
Like
saw
you're
the back of my
completely-
thing and they're like, Old Navy, what?
Like your completely almost faded out Millennium Falcon shirt would probably fly. Yeah, as long as it was after 78.
See, I got this shirt and it was faded to begin with because it's supposed to look like vintage.
Have you been
aged.
traveling through time wearing that shirt?
I've-
My God.
My belly's been stretching it out for some weird reason.
That doesn't make any sense to me. What
I
the
would,
fuck?
that would be my ultimate. So you're gonna travel back in time and change one thing. Mine is gonna be go back in time and slap the Jack's chips out of our hands before we started watching a movie.
No way.
And then
All of just the one bag, or
And then it's felt
because there's about
175 pound Joe.
There's
Finley
about
would be here.
seven bags backup. Like, how are you gonna slap those out of there?
We literally would buy
Like 5 bags. Of
at
chips.
least 5 bags of full, like big bags of chips.
Yeah, but they weren't. The big bags now are fucking huge.
Yeah, they weren't the
I can
party
still
bags,
eat them. I regret my life after
yeah.
eating the whole thing in one sitting, but I'm like, oh god.
But not only did we do that, we then had to work out. This is the order in which you have to eat these chips.
Yeah.
Sour cream and onion first.
Yeah.
Salt and vinegar second.
Yeah.
Regular third if you have a regular.
If
or
you have
Rippled or
regular,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Barbecue fourth.
Yeah.
Ketchup
last. There was like a
ketchup,
flavor matrix that
yeah.
we had.
It was because it was the sour cream
What
and onion
complements what?
Yeah, like sour cream and onion was strong but light, and it went perfectly into salt and vinegar.
Because
Which
then you
strong.
go plain, which is like a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Because you can't go salt and vinegar or something else because your tongue's all fucked.
Yeah, so then you get barbecue, and then as that's all spicy, you get overpowered by the power of ketchup chips.
Yeah.
Now, I know a lot of our listeners don't know a lot about ketchup chips.
Yeah, you guys should get on the ketchup chip train. Fucking A.
Here's the deal. If there is an American viewer out there right now, the first one who emails in podcast at
Mail 'em some ketchup
miscastcommentary.com,
chips.
it's just, you have to say, give me them ketchup chips. That's all you have to put in the email. We will
fax you
Yeah.
a bag of ketchup
Yeah,
chips.
we will send them back in time, and you can find them behind.
I remember when I was in Florida.
I will send you guys ketchup chips.
I like that shirt.
Yeah.
I swear, John, I am going tomorrow to get the shirt made, buddy. It's on.
It's actually
You're gonna
happening,
love it.
buddy. You
If the t-shirt place is made. If not, I'll go downtown to another place.
yeah, there's
If not, I will just cross out something on a shirt I own and write something new in.
it'll be great. But yeah, it's oh Jesus.
It's actually an
Poor
old
John.
Wendy's uniform. I hope you like it.
It is our hope.
Poor
John.
John, eh? Poor John. He's at home crying every night. He can't even live. His wife's like, "Where have you been? Your children miss you." He's like, "Leave me the fuck alone."
And-
Throws a bottle at her.
And I'll point out too.
Where's my shirt?
Now, this wasn't a favoritism thing. He actually did win the contest of our Lord of the Rings, like, name the people we named in the credits thing. Yeah, my body.
Was that you?
My body just.
That was
imploded.
wonderful.
My belly's rumbling. Well, because I'm going into night mode, so it's lunchtime for me right now. But
I could eat.
There
I
you
ate a
go.
lot of shit today.
Nice. But we.
Maybe we should have went back
known-
in time and slapped those jacks out of our hands.
Probably.
Fuck.
But yeah, we've actually known John, our
Oh,
contest winner, for a
there
long
you
time.
go. Now they think it's fucking
And-
rigged. Way to go. There goes
Yeah.
our 8,000 Twitterers.
No, they don't. They don't want to listen to this.
I just want to see a one sentence blurb about
I've
some
created-
random thing every now and
I
then.
created all those accounts and follow myself.
Oh, sweet.
That's how you do it. But yeah, we've known him for a long time, and we know his wife because they went to prom together. We all went to the same prom, and so yeah, we don't want to let you down anymore, buddy. We've been letting you down for decades.
For decades.
So our hope, the hope is that we will have had the shirt delivered to you by the time.
That's
this
literally
episode
the
comes
same
out.
speech I had with my penis yesterday. I'm sorry for letting you down. I'm sorry.
For decades.
Yeah, for decades.
We had a good thing. We had a good thing going when we knew what our jobs were.
Yeah.
We knew our place.
Yep.
Now
don't
it's
know
all.
where I belong.
I've made you so many promises I couldn't keep.
All races, colors, religions, and creeds just hate me.
Right.
I really don't fit anywhere, especially with Whitey. I hate Whitey anyways, so who gives a fuck about that one.
My God.
But the other ones would be cool to go, you know.
A few of them.
Somewhere to go for dinner every now and then. Jesus.
Yeah.
Holy
That's-
fuck.
All of my love and hate for races are all around food. I was like, what's your food all about? Bring me your food. This is some good food. You are good people.
I'm down with
And
you.
you're like, what is this? What have you? You put fermented what inside
could
of
go
what
for-
carcass? Forget it. You're out.
Fish. Ow! If it's fish, I'm done. I don't give a shit. That's why I've given up on everyone.
Yeah. It's why.
Fish.
It's why I consider the English a race
Oh, God.
and the Greek a race.
They're not?
They're not. They're people.
Ugh.
They're
Oh, are they? Oh.
They're a nationality.
Oh, my, yeah, there's something.
But they're all whiteys.
Yeah, they're all white pieces of shit.
Man.
Just like all these Canadians and American white fucking dogs. Fuck that.
My body.
Let's join a group.
Which group?
I don't know. The group that of white people that hate white people.
Yeah.
It'll just be me and you, and we hate every minute of it.
We're just, it's mostly like we never even get to hating other people. We just looking at each other going, "You son of a bitch,
God,
fucking destroy you,
ruin me, ruin my whole life."
Get those Jack's chips out of our fucking hands. Why didn't you just say no? You were the older one.
When I opened my eyeballs and a Pepsi was sitting there, I should have knocked it away.
Yeah,
Said no.
exactly. No to the sugar.
I don't think I can live without fucking, what do you call it?
Carbs.
No.
Because I couldn't.
Refined sugar.
Nah.
The devil.
Well, there's so many things I look at it and I'm like, you know what? If I would have like really trained myself, I could have done without this. I could have done without that. But there's so many other things where I'm like, no.
Fuck it.
Knowing all,
No.
if I went back in time, or somebody went back and came back from the future and says you die of a horrible thing because all you eat is like fucking pasta, I'd be like, well,
I made my choice.
yeah, it's like at least I know when I'm gonna kick out.
Exactly.
I'll have my affairs in order by then.
Yep. You just don't eat any pasta if that, then you're all right, right? But then the next time one pasta, you think you're gonna fear. Don't fear the Reaper, baby.
Yeah. But for the fear of that happening during this broadcast, I think it's time that we cut it off.
Oh my God. This is a pact right now that I want to make with you.
Okay,
if either one of us dies while podcasting, the other one has to finish the movie. And maybe even uses the other body like a puppet.
Nice. Yeah, that's when you have to start Instagramming.
That's a deal, buddy.
All right, we will finish the movie. You'll just hear essentially this.
Almost knocked the soda pop all over the place.
Oh, it's empty, isn't it?
That's what I would have said
Oh, there's
to you.
a little bit there.
That's what I would have said to you even if you were dead. Joe, your soda pop. Way to die on the table, idiot.
See, that's the way you get out, because some people call it soda, some people call it pop. In this particular region, we call it pop. But if you call it soda pop, you've appeased everybody.
That's right. Did I say soda pop?
You did say soda
I'm
pop.
all about appeasement.
Yeah. Todd really
Especially
cares
after
what
all the
people think.
other shit I said, right?
Yeah.
So if we can all unite on that one, then
Yeah.
things are looking up.
And then if you just really want to seem adorable to people, you say sody pop.
Sody pop makes my teeth hurt.
My teeth. All right, guys, let's do the obligatory thing at the end. Podcast.
Goodbye?
Yeah.
Oh.
Podcast at miscastcommentary.com. Seriously, email in. We're only accepting Americans for this one.
Yeah, if you're from Canada, we're not going to buy you a bag of fucking ketchup chips.
Buy yourself a bag of ketchup.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck right off.
Yeah, you can get them literally anywhere.
So don't even write it in, John.
Yeah, you live nearby and you're not getting
what
shit.
the hell?
But so podcast at miscastcommentary.com. Email in. Remember, give me them ketchup chips.
Give me them chips. Is that what they're supposed to say?
Give me them ketchup chips.
Oh.
And
What if they spell it wrong?
if the more
Like
folks,
how?
no, the more folksy you make it, the better.
Oh, okay.
So if two people actually like it arrived at the exact same time,
yeah.
the one that's the most folksy is the tiebreaker.
Okay. Folksy. We're going for
if it's
folksy.
if it's like gimme, like GIMME,
yeah.
that's better than give me.
Ah,
You know,
okay.
like stuff like that, right? So
Or like G''ME.
oh my god,
gimme.
G''M''E.
Yeah. That's just way too folksy.
D''M'' ketchup chips.
Done.
But
That's how they spell it.
yeah, that's like I think that's how most of the names in Black Panther are, like T'Challa.
Yes,
T'Chaka,
exactly.
And give me them ketchup chips. And if you pronounce it with the apostrophes, then it sounds very South African, like Andy Serkis's character.
Yes.
Give me them ketchup chips.
They got ketchup chips in freaking South Africa, you think?
No.
A lot of white people.
Yeah.
White
There's
people like ketchup chips.
A lot of white people in the States, they don't have it.
Yeah, true that.
So
They don't even know. That's
want
a really good point. There are a lot of white people in the States.
Yeah.
Too many. You learned something today.
But whichever
That's
side.
why they listen, right? Learn.
Yeah, but
Live and learn, man.
But in the future, whichever side wins, hopefully you stuck with miscast commentary the entire time.
Yeah. We're like cowardly, neutral.
Yeah.
Way too neutral.
Yeah. What would you guys, tweet in on this one. So at Miscast Podcast, tweet to us. What would you guys go into the past and change? But it can't be something big. Like I'd go back and kill Hitler. It has to be the most mundane thing about your life. Like I'd make myself not wear Jordache or something like that. Like it's got to be. That's what I want.
You know what the one I honestly think is I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't have done the lip syncing contest at Lincoln Centennial.
Was it the Ice Ice Baby?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the dumbest
like
tweet
embarrassing.
ever.
Like my God.
I can tell you one thing that was more embarrassing than that from me, and it was in I think this was grade 8.
Maybe my first sexual experience.
No, I'm totally down with that.
I'm gonna do that one twice.
Yeah.
That was so awful. I'm going again.
He told me all about what it was like to be in Pay It Forward. No, but
That's a fate worse than death.
Yeah, you know who you are. But no, the worst one for me.
I know who I am.
There was a music project we had, and I think this was in grade 7. I don't really remember if it was grade 7 or grade 8, but I just remember you either had to play an instrument, talk about a song, like a book report style thing about a song, or build an instrument. And I did literally nothing. I never cared about music class. And literally the day before, and they're like, by the way, you have to have this done. And I've got nothing. Like you had to sign up for a song ahead of time. So I didn't do that, which means I'm either playing an instrument or building an instrument. And I can't play an instrument. So now I've got to build an instrument. I've got one day to do this. I have no materials with which to do it. I put essentially cardboard around Tupperware and I brought it in. And I'm like, these are my drums. And I just got different sizes. I'm like, this one like makes more of a bass sound. This one makes more of a high sound. And then I like wrapped something in like aluminum foil. And I'm like, this is like your thing. Like like
this is my snare.
Like to me, this was like a thing where they're like, "You get an A, Joe, but now you have to go to the hospital." Like,
yeah,
like it was just it.
What did you get?
I failed it miserably.
All that effort you put in.
I failed it
what the
miserably. But like I didn't fail the class. It was just that one.
Just the project.
It was just that one thing. I was like, I could not give a shit about it, and it was. Then all of a sudden it was you now have to give a shit about it.
Yeah.
It was way too late.
Yeah, it's too late to give a shit now.
And then
I have dreams like that all the time.
And then 30 faces just staring back at me, going like, and not
what
even
the
like,
fuck is this?
But not even like when you used to make your videos.
Yeah.
Or when we used to make your videos.
That's,
yeah, but they were always for your classes that I was not a part of.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'd make those videos. So the best one, and we've talked about it before, he was supposed to do a project about NAFTA. So he made a video about a guy named Frank NAFTA who was poisoning the water supply in this small town. And so we're making these videos, and when people saw them, they saw what you were doing. They understood. They're like, oh, this is him not giving a shit and just trying to be funny.
Right.
Mine was, look at sad boy be sad.
This is just the saddest.
Like,
yeah.
It's kind of like when everybody's got show and tell, and then everybody's like, look at this cool like necklace my daddy bought me for Christmas. Look at this. And then the kids I got rag because they're
even
like
the handicapped kid with no arms got a better grade than you did.
Yeah.
He literally and physically cannot play an instrument or make one. For that matter.
He took an extra long back scratcher in his mouth and put it aside as he rolled forward.
He was amazing.
And the back scratcher against the spokes
made literally the most beautiful sound. It was like a new Bjork album.
And mine was bang the big one, it gets lower. Bang the little one, it gets bigger.
What a waste of all those materials. You should have just stood there and bombed like a man.
And then it's like, well, what are you using to hit those, Joe? 2 pencils.
My hand.
One with eraser, one without eraser. Like it was.
They have different reverberations when you have no eraser.
No, but I'll be really honest. I don't think
You're lying right now.
No, I have never spoken about that.
He's crying.
Out loud.
His tears running down his face right now.
Like, this is a story that you and I have probably talked about at the time, but this is something that, like, 20 some odd years have passed, and I haven't repressed it. I've honestly thought about it a lot.
He cries about it a lot. There's no repression here, people.
A girl I was in grade 7 with, we had, they put like the 4 desks together all facing each other, and they're like, this is your group. One of the girls in that group I had a huge crush on told me to fuck off, and it was the first time it ever happened, and I still think about it to this day. This is what happens when you suffer when you suffer from anxiety and depression. You relive a lot of these moments that you wish you didn't have to, and that one all the time. This beautiful young lady who's my age at the time, so I'm not being a creep, is just looking at me going, everything you like in life you can't have.
Nothing.
Fuck off.
Nothing makes me happier and fills me with joy like your depression, anxiety stories. I tell you,
and it's literally all I've got.
I do too. You know, it's funny because I look back on all these things too, and I don't give a shit. You know, yeah, sure they're embarrassing and stuff, right? But I'm like, whatever. Fuck it. They all saw my little ding-a-ling. They whatever. You know?
They all pointed and laughed.
Fuck, who didn't?
Well, that was the thing, and that's the attitude, and that would be, honestly, if you're doing the really serious version of Go Back in Time, that would be my thing.
The Zack Snyder version.
Yeah. No, this
dark lighting.
Yeah. No, but mine would be to tell me the one simple truth.
Calm the fuck down.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Calm down. Me too.
Because it's like, and I realized that when I was with Carrie, and I'm doing something really stupid because I still live that life. But it's I was doing it, and she's like, "Why are you doing that?" I'm like, "Because I don't give a fuck what they think."
Yeah.
It was like, it's irrelevant.
You know, I probably would do the same thing. Relax.
Yeah, relax.
I wouldn't take a shit at school. It ruined my life. I literally ruined my life.
I don't like doing any of that.
I would hold it in all day. It was awful. And I just just go take a shit, man. I couldn't do it.
I
couldn't do it. It ruined me.
I think my schedule was such though that it never really came up. But like I knew that I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't like it. But
I wouldn't like it. You don't have to like it. God damn it! No. You know, it would have been a nice relief to not be holding in a shit all day long.
To this day, even like at my work, I only go to the washrooms that have single stalls and don't have stalls next to them because I don't want to shit next to anybody.
That's funny. I kind of do the opposite. Like if
I shit next to everybody.
Open concept. You know, you're staring at this guy.
There was a bathroom at a restaurant. You could see it was clearly under renovations or something. So there was a giant bathroom, and there was a urinal, and there was a toilet, but there was no stall. And it was clearly big enough that like more than one person was supposed to be.
I've been in a bathrooms like that,
but they hadn't put up a new stall yet or whatever. So like I think you were expected to lock the door or whatever, but I didn't know what to do, and I'm just like, I'll just be quick. And it was actually that was the day I threw up at that restaurant because I asked for vinegar, and another very Canadian thing. And then you don't just use it to wash your windows up here, but But yeah, I
put it on your chips.
I asked for vinegar, and they gave me oil.
Oh, nice.
And I put it liberally all over my French fries, and I took a bite, and I was instantly just like, which is ironic because what are fries except oil?
Yeah, exactly. But, you just greased it. It's probably just all in your mind. You're like, this isn't vinegar.
Well, it's like the if you drink out of the milk carton, you empty the milk carton, put orange juice in it to like trick the people's brains into it being sour milk. Like that was what was happening inside my mouth.
Oh, yeah, is that a thing?
Yeah. That's like if somebody drinks out of the carton, that's how you get them to stop.
Oh, I'll get you back.
Yeah, you go, you clean out the carton,
fucking
you fill
Ajax in there, motherfucker.
I put arsenic.
Don't forget you put Ajax in there and make some cereal the next day, for God's sakes.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'd go. So we talked about going back in time, telling ourselves the simple truth of relax. I'm going to say a pretty simple truth now. The movie was 1:56 long, and we're coming up on like 2 hours and 7.
Yeah, we've been yakking. It's 11:30. Let's get out of here. I got to go to the store and get some chips.
We got to get going
before I regret it and have to go back in time.
Slap them out of your hand.
I like a little. I like kind of S&M chip eating. I like to be yelled at. You're so fat. What are you eating for? Why are you jerking off at the table while you're eating? And I'm like,
yeah. I pay someone who sounds like Estelle from Seinfeld to constantly shame
she wears a name tag that says mom.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Mom. But yeah, so anyways, all the usuals again. I'll say them one more time. Podcast at miscastcommentary.com. Twitter at miscast podcast.
Mispassed.
Whoops, we did it. Instagram at Miscast Commentary. Hit us up on Facebook, like our page, all that good stuff. Anywhere you listen to us, make sure to like us. Well, if you like us. If you don't like us,
man, you make goddamn sure that you do.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, pawn us off on somebody else.
I don't care, yeah.
And like subscribe, comment, rate, whatever it is, do it. Do it. Help us. It spreads the word to others. If you're like, I don't want to be the only asshole here.
Hand us down to the family like your old used undies.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Make illegitimate children and make them listen to us from birth.
Force
like put it
them.
around your teen mom's baby
Teen
belly or whatever. I don't know what's going on out there. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, if you're going to bring them up with us.
Fucking right.
All right. So we'll see you guys next week. We're going to announce the next movie sometime. Hopefully we'll announce it before or after we've actually picked it.
That sounds like a plan.
And hopefully we'll talk a little bit more about what movie we chose, unlike last week,
or in the week before that, and the week before that, and
yeah.
the week before that.
It got a moment.
We said the name, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
At least once.
Yeah. And at the very least, I tweeted a somewhat relevant GIF.
Fucking A.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. We love you. And I don't have to go back in time to tell you I love you. I'm telling you now. I'm going to tell you in the future. I've already told you in the past. All times. It's all linear, man.
It's all love.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Later.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.